It's almost time. It's almost time. It's almost time. What is going on, everybody? It's time for Order 42. Hi. How's it going? We've already got Bucho in here. We've already got Calum in here. We've already got BPO 59, which is Ricky. What is up, y'all? The chosen one. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Bucho was first, though. Bucho was first. Let it be known. And your eye is messed up. What eye? Like your actual eye? Look at this. What is this stuff? What is this stuff all over me? It's kind of weird to have the logo right up. Maybe this wasn't a good idea to wear this shirt today. But hey. Actually, I was first. I just didn't say anything because customer came in. A likely story. Pictures or it didn't happen. Okay? Oh, the emoji looking odd? Oh, I get it. I get it. Bucho, welcome in. You were the first one to actually chat in the chat. How about I say that? Maybe you weren't the first one here. But you were the first one to say anything in the chat. And yeah, you should always kick the customers out because what's the point of having a job if you can't screw around and you know, watch your friend's YouTube channel? You were here yesterday, Bucho. Wow. Wow. Just wow. You just didn't say anything until today. Okay. You were here before the show was invented. I'm pretty sure a lot of people weren't here before the show was invented. I'm just saying. I mean, I was here before the show was invented because I invented the show. But it was actually partly Bucho that kind of helped me come up with the title and all that stuff. And Nightbot, chill out over there. Okay? Just chill. Okay? It's good to see you, though. It's good to see. I mean, I know Bucho said hi to Nightbot. Nobody else did. But it's good to see you over there. Bucho's Black Friday. Oh, wow. Okay. That's what this is? Okay. Okay. So how have you guys been doing? You guys been doing okay? I mean, it's been kind of quiet here on Order 42 since last stream because guess what? I still wasn't feeling great. Still wasn't feeling good. So, and my wife got sick. So, a lot of this weekend was kind of taking care of her, taking care of myself, just chilling, watching movies. I got to watch, I've watched almost all of the Shawscope Volume 1. I think I have 2 discs left. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been very fun. And then of course, we got the Street Fighters, we got the Infernal Affairs, we got the police stories to do. Got a lot to watch. Okay. I will be the adult woman and let Bucho win for now. Okay. Oh, Ricky, as in with an I. Gotcha. I don't even understand what's going on, but welcome, you guys. I hope you guys had a better week than I did. Yeah. Before we get too far into it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about that Kirstie Alley passed away at 71 years old. I know that, for a while there, she just wasn't the most popular person on the internet for her political views. But I'm here to celebrate her career. Of course, amazing run on Cheers. She was in a ton of movies, and including, her debut was in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. I think most people will agree that that's probably the best Star Trek movie. As Saavik, she did not return for the sequel in Star Trek 3 and 4. But yeah, that's where I was introduced to her. I mean, she was in God, she was in so many movies. She was in Runaway with Tom Selleck. Anybody remember that movie with Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons? Anybody remember the little mechanical spiders? Anybody remember this movie? No? Okay. Um, Star Trek 5 is pupe. I'm sorry, but it is. But she was also, like I said, she was in Cheers. She was in Look Who's Talking. I mean, she had a pretty amazing career. So I'm here to celebrate her career and rest in peace. Kirstie Alley died at 71 years old. So now that that's out of the way, we can get into more of the fun stuff. I don't mean to be controversial, but I have to say I was always more of a Rebecca guy than a Diane guy. There, I said it. I don't know. Shelley Long was. Look, Shelley Long was wow. She was quite the actress. I liked her too. She was really good. I want to pull up Mr. Man here because he has been posting things from something that I want to talk about tonight. So there you go. I love the story behind it, how William Shatner couldn't get anything he wanted because of the budget. Oh, you're talking about 5? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just wasn't a big fan of that one. I liked almost all of the original cast movies except for 5. 5 was just not good. Just wasn't. I don't know. I can feel your pain and all that. No, it's just not good. It's not a good one. The rest of them I really liked. I liked them. In fact, I think the first movie is the motion picture. I really enjoy that one. A lot of people think it's slow. I enjoy it. I like that one. So yeah, the rock monster scene looked like Power Rangers. I don't remember it. I've only seen it one time in the theaters. I saw it opening night and wow, it was bad. And I haven't seen it since. I own it. I haven't seen it since. Generations. Yeah, I mean, Generations, gosh, it's been so long since I've seen I've seen First Contact. I don't think I've ever seen all of Nemesis. I don't think I ever saw Insurrection. I kind of got out of Star Trek. Just saying. Just saying. But anyway, First Contact is your favorite? Okay. To be totally candid, I was actually more of a Lilith guy than either of them. Oh, you like the intelligence, do you? No, I mean, Kirstie Alley. I mean, come on, she was beautiful. You know, Shelley Long to me, very beautiful. I get it. Wasn't a Lilith guy, but hey. Insurrection pretty underrated. Yeah, if I could talk, that would be great. Yeah, I'm finally getting over this stuff. It's seriously, the last couple of days has been really, really tough with the sickness. It just doesn't seem to go away. So I don't know. And my wife tested herself for COVID. She didn't have it. So my guess is I didn't have it. I didn't have any of the symptoms of the old Super C. But yeah. Yeah. Ins erection. Right. I didn't feel like the flu though. It just felt like the stuffy head. I mean, the weather's been doing this here. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down. It was like 78 yesterday or 80 yesterday. And then it's supposed to get down tonight. I think it only got it to like 73 today, which is nice. But then it's getting down. I think tomorrow's high is only going to be like 60. And then it's supposed to get a little cooler and then it's supposed to warm up again. So it's just like, this is the time of year for me where it gets hard. Yeah. Sounds like you need to take more cold showers to boost your immune system. No, because that was awful. Taking that cold shower it was bad. It was really, really bad. Uh 60 to 30. Wow. Let me pause that because I actually want to talk about this. Um sorry. Sorry. Uh Wish it would stay cold, hot, one or the other. I know. Just pick one. Just pick one, man. Just freaking pick one. Now, I do want to talk briefly about my car. I was able to get the video that they sent, that the dealership sent me. For those of you who don't remember or, didn't hear the story the first time, on the way to Jay's to go to Florida, and Carbonite Dreams is here. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. On the way to Jay's, I was driving. It was, I wouldn't say it was heavy traffic, but it was pretty tight. There wasn't a whole lot of room to maneuver. There was a large, almost like a U-Haul truck kind of in front of me. And I had nowhere to go when this happened. There was something in the road that looked like, I don't have anything like it, but it's, those old batteries, like the big batteries that are like this big, and it's like a big block, and they're heavy, really, really heavy. That's what it looked like in the middle of the road. Nowhere to go. I had to just run over it. And what it did is it hit the front of my, I guess, ground effects on the bottom. And then I could hear it dun, 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 like down my car. Okay. So for those of you who don't know what my car looks like, this is my car. This is just a picture that I took like right after I got it. In fact, I think Brian was there when, and no, didn't run over any grandmas. Okay. Didn't run over any grandmas. But yeah, Brian was there. I think we were at the movie theater, and then here's a better picture of how low my car is. So you can, there's not a whole lot of space, under that thing. And so I hit this thing, and here's what it did. So underneath the car, if I can hit this, there you go. Look at that. I mean, and then it goes further down, and there's this, and then it goes further down, and it hit there, and then it hit there, and then it finally hit back here. So, and then he shows this right here at the front of the car, that it actually damaged the frame a little bit. It actually, I mean, just bad. Just really, really bad. So that's where my car is right now. Unfortunately, it is at the dealership. They did, looks like a Minot got under there. I mean, hey, yeah, it was just bad. It was just like I said, I could hear it, and I went, oh God, when I hit it, I was like, damn it. Because there was no way I could avoid it. No way. Like, no way I could avoid it. At least it wasn't a nail this time. I mean, yes. But that was pretty bad. And it did it did a lot of damage. My bill, when it's all said and done, is going to be around $700. And the problem is, the front of the car, as I said, the front, if you can, okay, this is kind of hard to explain, but you see there's there's the intake, the major intake in the middle there. And then there's another intake kind of down below that. You see where that bottom intake on the left side of the car, which would be the right side of the picture, okay? About right there is where there's oops, there's basically it's kind of hanging down. I'm going to have to fix that myself because it would be an extra approximately $1,200 to have that fixed. God, that's a lot. So, yeah. Um so that's what I've been dealing with the last couple of days. I spent like 2 hours at the dealership yesterday waiting for them. I thought they said, "Oh yeah, we might have all the stuff," but there was so much. Again, you saw all the different damage along the back, as that thing went, as I drove over this thing. Yeah, they had to order parts and stuff, so they didn't get it finished until late today. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. So, it's nothing that most people are probably like, who cares? Who cares about your car? But it was a thing. But I did get to, take a look at the i8, the new i7, which is almost like, it's kind of like their luxury electric car, and it has like, hey BMW, open the doors, and it'll open the doors. I mean, I was sitting there watching this guy go through the demonstration of it, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That is crazy. Like, I don't even know why you need all that. But also, one of the guys, once they figured out, hey, we're not going to be able to do this today, they had a guy take me home, and I got to ride in the new M440, and holy crap, that car is awesome. It's basically, it's another two-door, but it's just scale up, you know what I mean? Um, it's a pretty awesome looking car. And the ride was very, very smooth. And then I said, I was talking to the guy on the way home, and I was like, look, I don't know if you're just being easy on the car because you need to be easy on the car, but if you want to punch it a little bit, you're not going to bother me. I drive an M235. And he's like, all right. So he put it in sport mode and hit it a couple times, and it was like, man, that car is sweet. So yeah, prices like that are why I'm not a car guy. Too expensive to fix them up. Yeah, and the thing is, in my opinion, I've driven a lot of different cars, a lot of different makes. I got to drive a Ferrari F430, and of all the cars, I mean, like I said, I've driven a ton. Driven. I will say the Cadillacs are nice too. Cadillacs are really nice. But I've driven the Challengers, the Chargers, the Cadillacs, all of their souped up cars, all that kind of stuff. There's no car on the planet that feels like a BMW to me. And I love it. I love the way that it drives. I love the way that it feels. I feel like I'm part of the car when I'm driving it. It's a different experience. And when they say the ultimate driving experience, it's like, I believe it. There's nothing to me that feels like a BMW. So, yeah. I'm about to drop $40K for a 3-cylinder turbo, but damn it, I want it. What is this? A 3-cylinder? A 3-cylinder. And see, like my brother wants the 2024 Charger or Challenger? And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like once you get past 40,000, you're getting into ridiculous territory where you're basically working for a car, And I just don't. 2023 Toyota GR Corolla, all-wheel drive turbo. Let me see. Let me see what you're talking about here. In fact, why don't we all look and see what you're talking about here? Browser. Okay. I mean, I can see it, dude. I can see it. Prawn. There was no prawn. There was no prawn. But yeah, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean not my thing, but Lola Bunny challenge again. No. Uh-uh. That is not. No. That was I can't believe I watched uh yeah, I need soap for my eyes and the rest of my body from that one. Oof. That was bad. Do yourself a favor and don't Google the Lola Bunny challenge. Just don't do it. Trust me. Trust me. You just don't need it. You just don't need it. Yeah. GR Corolla or Supra. Yeah, see, to me it's like I've driven a lot of different Toyotas. I drove a oh god, what was it? It wasn't a Supra. Oh no, it was a one of the Lexus cars. I mean, basically it has a very very similar feel. I don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. The Audi, I drove an Audi. Of course I had two Volkswagens. The Volkswagens were nice. The one, especially the small Jetta turbo that I had was I had a lot of fun in that car. But what's weird is there's a disconnect. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm not a supercar guy either, but I know what I like. And I'll tell you, one of the ones that really surprised me was the driving Brian's Buick Alero. I actually really like driving that car. But hey, you know, hey, the Kia Stinger, they're so fun to drive. We definitely need to do a collab, brother. 16-bit Pete, what do you have in mind, sir? Because I'm not much of the gamer guy, but I mean, what you got in mind? I mean, I'm down. You really miss having a bigger truck. The one thing that I miss about my Passat is the four doors, because my BMW it's just not practical at all. I'm in my mid 40s, right? It's just not practical for me to drive that car. Uh it's oof, it's just not. I want a I'll tell you what I would like. I would love to get an M440 four door, but my guess is I'll probably end up with a 3 series. But I don't need all the stuff. I really just I don't know. I just I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, that's down the road. Um Basically right now it's my wife's turn. So whenever my wife decides to get a new car, then at that point I can start thinking about it. But not until then. Because that's the way it works. And that's the reason why my wife and I get along so well. Is we have a deal, you know? We have these deals in place that it's her turn. But she really likes her car. And I like mine too. I mean, mine's going on 8 years old now, and I think I just hit 50,000 miles. So I'm okay. I'm good. M3 still nice yeah. They are nice. But like I said, man, to me, the M235, which is, I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at, but it's not the fastest car in the world. And it is too much car for me. Because I'm not gonna go driving on track. It's not in the cards for me. Uh I like driving. I drove the F430 on a track, but yeah. Wow, Ricky. I mean, that's kind of the way it is, but fancy cars never really got my attention. I get that too. I get that too. I'm more of a. I thought I wanted that M2, and I'm glad I didn't spend the extra what 30, 40 grand to get an M2. That's a lot of money, and it's too much car for me. So Ramrod? No. I have a Focus and it sucks. I've had the clutch replaced like 3 times. Yeah. Okay, okay, 16-bit What is this film that you want to review together? I'm curious. I'm curious what you've got in mind. I like cars that have wheels. I mean, yes. And the thing is, I was willing to get rid of that car to work on that movie. And I'm still willing to do that. Honestly, I know what I want now. I want to work on movies, and if that's going to be the thing that's going to keep me working it, on movies, then I'll do that. I'll buy the cheap car. Just the way it is. It's the way it is. You gotta figure out what's important to you. But we are going to take a little break from the car talk. Okay. Oh, wait, in all fairness, the Chevy I drove broke down, and so did the Hyundai. I hate cars. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing. I don't like Dodge myself. I don't like the way the things are designed. It's like you put your arm down, right? You're driving, right? You put your arm down. Your all your control should be right there where you put your arm down. With a Dodge, you have to move your arm back or move it way forward. It's not a natural put your arm down. And then all the stuff, it's like it should be right here. You put your arm down, there it is. No, it's all up here. And it's just I hate. Oh my God, I hate the way that the Dodges were designed. Now, I haven't driven any new ones. I drove an Avenger and whatever the other piece of crap car that's like a smaller SUV type crossover. Pieces of crap. I hated those cars. Please say it's the 2007 Transformers. No, Bucho. Unless you just want me to, rant for 10 minutes. My Chevy had 312,000 miles before I took my engine out and souped it up. Wow. Durango? No, it was smaller. It was smaller than a Durango. It was a piece, okay? It was a piece. And I said, never again. Never again. Only ever owned a Grand Am, which I loved, and a Ford Focus, which I like the size, but it sucks. What I want now is something along the lines of, I'd kind of like to get like one of the, what is it? The X4s. So an SUV, but I don't need a huge one. Something a little smaller. I don't know. Both throwaway cars. Hated my Grand Am GT and my Grand Prix. Yeah. Grand Am was a good car though back then. I saw Magnus. Welcome. I saw Terminator 2 in the theater when I was 13 years old. With my dad, it was my greatest movie going experience ever. What was your Matrix midnight viewing? Are you asking what was my Matrix midnight viewing like? Let's see, 92 or 91. Okay. 13 years old. Oh my God, what's my greatest movie experience? That's really, really tough because I've seen a ton of movies in theaters, but I think one of my favorites is when and Bucho knows and Jeff knows, Cosma both know, Brian and Jerry, we went and watched Grindhouse. So the movie with Planet Terror, and then all the movie trailers, and then Death Proof. Seriously, we were laughing so freaking hard at Grindhouse or at Planet Terror. I thought my head was going to explode. It was insane. It was so much fun. That's probably my favorite movie going experience. Another one was, of course, The Dark Knight. opening night. The Matrix opening night was a big one. Mission Impossible, the first Mission Impossible opening night, that was another one. Man, there were some really really good ones. Uh Avengers was a good one. Prometheus, I've told that story about how, you know, during the scene, the I'll just say the surgery scene, there's a lot of blinking lights and a guy had a seizure behind me, and it just added to the tension and the what the hell's going on. It was nuts. It was nuts. Subaru. I like Subarus too. Brian had a Subaru, and that was fun, man. He took that thing sideways around corners, and it was fun. It was really fun. Uh, I don't know. I don't think The Matrix is going to be my favorite. I think it's either going to be Grindhouse or, uh, I don't know, man. Revenge of the Sith. Seeing it with all those super fans, that was a blast too. It was so good. Gaskets. You guys talking about gaskets? We don't need no stinking gaskets. Do I think Avatar 2 will be a good one? Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. You have the tickets booked. Planet Terror cracked me the F up too. That's such a hilariously silly goose film. Dude, I'm serious. I was crying. I was laughing so hard because it was just so stupid and it was so funny, you know? And then that boy's got the devil in him. I mean, come on. Movie's so stupid. It's great. Subarus are nice. I like them. And yeah, Ricky, that's exactly. You spend money on a vehicle, it's got to look, drive, and sound the way you like, or I won't buy it. Japanese make the best cars and electronics. Toyota. I love Mercedes, BMW, and Toyota the most. I have driven Mercedes. I can't remember which one it was. That was nice too. I just really like BMW. It's just, I really like it. It's great. I've never been a huge fan of, I shouldn't say that. I'll tell you, an Infiniti. I drove an Infiniti Q37, I think. That was a nice one. But again, there's no car that I've driven that feels like a BMW. It's a good one. It's a good one. Mercedes C300. It's a good one. What do we have next here? Oh, pickups. Pickups. It's time for pickups. So here's the last of my Black Friday purchases came in over the last week. First up, Caleb. I know you're excited. I know you're excited. No pickup trucks. Perfect Blue. Have never seen this. Have never seen it. But see, look, that's the reason why I don't like Steelbooks. It came out of the package that way with the dent. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, again, got movies ahead of it. But yeah, looks like one of them hentais. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, Caleb, you let me know. I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about it except it's on. It's on a lot of like best of lists. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. But then need Bubblegum Crisis. It is very mature. Okay. And Black Swan ripped off Perfect Blue. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm down. I'm down. Now, I know that there's not going to be a lot of people that this is going to excite, but this was super, super exciting for me because I like my vaping stuff, okay? Now, I've showed this before. This is my billet box. Now, the reason that these are so cool is because it's all self-contained, and this is what it looks like on the inside. You've got your tank here, got your battery. Oops, your battery goes in here. But this goes over the top of it, and then there's your button, and it's all kind of self-contained. Okay. Now, what's cool about it is that these things in the middle, in the tank, see it looks like a cloud on that thing. It's a cloud RBA is what it's called. And those metal pieces are called bridges. And the whole thing about billet boxes is that it's very, very customizable. You use a myriad of different tanks or whatever, and it'll, whatever tank color you want, and then whatever bridge you want. And it's all about trying to get the best vaping experience. Well, there was this one which took this concept and put it in a different case. And it's called the Stubby. And this is kind of funny. I love the fact that in America, we have to put this warning on here. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. But yeah, even though there's no nicotine in this box, there was no nicotine in it to begin with. But it's called the Stubby. And here it is. This thing is freaking cool. Okay? It's like, oh, well, there's your fire button. That's the bet. Now look at this. So everything has a place. So here is where your battery goes with a little magnetic panel. And then here, oops, when it turns on, that's pretty cool. I like the way that, and then when it times out, I think it does the whole, like a TV turning off. Go ahead, turn off. That's super cool. But then the magic is all right here. This is the same thing, basically the same concept that's in there. It's a tank. It's basically a tank, but instead, the coil is up here. Instead of it being kind of down in the middle, it's like an RDA. So if you could, unfortunately, you can't see through this here, but you can almost see the coil. The coil is right up front. And what happens is this liquid gets wicked up these stainless steel rods. It's freaking amazing. I can't believe how well this thing vapes. I just can't believe it. But it's so it's smaller, but it's a little fatter. But it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. Anyway, Ghost in the Shell's favorite anime of all time. I get that. Ghost in the Shell is good. I've never seen Project AKO. Watching Perfect Blue on an Amtrak train once, and people around me thought I was weird for watching it. There are some scenes that would probably make people give a look. Okay, well, I'll just make sure. I was pausing the anime on my laptop and taking screen. All right, Magnus. I'm pretty sure that you're being trolly there. But a silent voice. See, I don't know a lot of these. Hope it doesn't explode in your pocket. This won't explode in my pocket. There's protections involved. This isn't like all of that crap that you see on the internet with people doing stupid crap with their vape stuff. I know what I'm doing, and this has got protection on the battery. If something happened to the battery, it would shut this thing down, and it would be very, very easy to, because what would happen is this panel would just basically come off and it would eject out the bottom. It's not going to happen though. I mean, I'd have to run over this with my car for it to do something stupid, but it's awesome, dude. Post a link. I can't. YouTube does not allow links to vaping products. If I did that, I could get struck a copyright strike, or not copyright strike. It's a community strike because it breaks the laws. In fact, I have to be very careful when I'm showing off something to make sure that there's no web address on there, because even showing a web address on a box can get you a community strike. It's ridiculous, but this thing is awesome. And the flavor that I'm getting from this, and here's the thing, there's this other thing called and it's basically other side. It's basically this size, but it's the same concept. You've got a coil up top and then a tank, a reservoir down below. I bought it 2.5 years ago, and the guy disappeared. And it wasn't like a website or somebody's, like, you know what I mean? It was literally the manufacturer of this device. Bought it directly from the website. And yeah. Can I do a link in Vape Nation? Oh, yes, I can. I can. And they've got a bunch of different colors. I have a lot of black mods just because most mods come in black. So that's why I got the purple. I wanted a different color. They have a blue, they have an orange, which looks really, really cool, but that one was sold out. This one was the one that I had my eye on for the longest time. The only problem is that, I don't know if you can tell. There you can tell. The panels, this is a different color. And then here you can tell on the battery door too. Even there you can tell. You can tell that it's a different shade, slightly darker shade of purple on the doors. But still really freaking cool. I love this thing. It's really nice. And yeah. It's, again, I know most people probably don't care, but come on, it's awesome. Perfect Blue is legit, but let's put it this way. You'll want to watch it when there's very little chance Muffin Hands will walk into the room. Gotcha. I'll make sure. A Silent Voice is beautiful about a guy who bullies a deaf girl as kids, then they meet as adults and he feels horrible and tries to make up for it. This is definitely not for the beginner. I'll say that, because it's you do have to build you have to build. I'll show. I need something. I need a penny, a dime, any sort of coin. Okay, this will have to do. Give me a second. Let me unscrew this guy. Okay. So there's this nut on top that basically makes the connection, right? Basically completes the circuit. So that has to be screwed in, but the tank, that's the tank. This comes with it, by the way. And this is all it is. A coil on top. You got a nice domed thing there. So this just sits on top. And what's, like I said, it's so weird, man. The liquid goes up these stainless steel rods and you just set the cotton on top of it and it wicks. And it's perfect. It's like every vape is perfect, at least for me. I really like it. I don't know what to tell you. I really like it. Silent Voice goes heavily into mental health and depression. It's the best I've ever seen show a movie. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, that sounds like something that I would like to watch, but I'm also, man. So yeah, everything. Oops, did I? Oh, there we go. And then drip tip goes in. And it's weird. The drip tip is kind of it's not round. It's kind of like an oval shape, but it's perfect. It gets your attention. I think it's on Netflix. Okay. It's cool. It's definitely I just love how this is going to be a really really good desk mod because not only is it nice and flavorful, powerful, all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't put out a ton of vapor because it's only one coil. Some of the other ones that I have are like they're two coils and it'll fill up this room with vapor. And then of course my fire alarm will go off and call the fire department. We don't want that. So yeah, that along with this guy, even that is yeah, the again, stuff that I've been waiting on for I feel like months. It's the only problem with this tank. It's a little loud. You hear that? Flavor's great though. And I love this mod. Nice and it's awesome. Anyway, so that's all for the pickups. I don't have any other movies on the way. Everything is here. I've also I also got one of the things that I mean, I guess I could show you, but they're all in there. I got some killer deals on some e-liquid. So we're going to I'm sure in the future we're going to have some what do you call them? Things where you vote on what flavor I'm gonna vape. There's a ton. I got like I want to say like 10 bottles because it was 50% off. I in fact I posted it. I showed you or told you about it. Um or I think I posted it in the Discord. I don't know. Yeah, I posted it in the Discord. But yeah, lot of stuff to try. So anyway, for tobacco use only. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. In fact, all of the liquids that I have are from tobacco-free nicotine. So it is nicotine, but it's derived from something other than tobacco. So, yeah. 100% hand drawn to a technical marvel in animation. Oh, Redline? Okay. I need to figure out how to use those for my marijuana oil. Well, I'll tell you, the oils don't work the same as e-liquids because e-liquids are glycerin based. They're not oil based. The oil base is a different thing. And no on the glazed buns. And yes, vote things. Yes. No more glazed buns. That was so bad. It was so bad. It seriously tasted like I was vaping a bottle. Like a 2-liter bottle. It's gross. I did see 1899. I actually finished it and I did a review yesterday. Knights of Old. I still have not gotten back into Babylon Berlin, but that is definitely on the agenda. I've got that and I've got Waking Life and then I've got more movies to watch. A lot of movies to watch. Which is the thing is I don't know how to explain it, but I honestly this is probably one of those things where, the people at YouTube would be like, you shouldn't say that. You totally should not say that. But it's the same thing that I've done everywhere I've ever worked. I've said, no, I don't care about the money. I care about the job. If the job is fulfilling me, I don't care about the money. I don't. It's just not something that drives me. It just never does. So the views don't drive me. Okay. That all those Indian movie reviews and I get like crazy amounts of views. That's awesome. And I love that people are watching what I'm doing, but it's not what drives me. I'm going to review what I want to review. So I think I might review some of these martial arts movies for the hell of it because I enjoy them. I actually enjoy watching them. But I watched like four of those movies this weekend. I watched Nope, which was, man, that was a weird one. But like that one, it's too late to review that one. You know, nobody's gonna care about Nope. What I think about Nope. There's a billion videos on Nope. Why would I view it? Why would I review it now? I enjoyed it, but I also didn't love it. So it's kind of like, and you know what's funny too, is that the like 1899 was good enough that I felt like, yes, I should do a review on this. But yeah, that's why I let me see if I can do this. That's why I didn't review this guy. Have y'all watched this yet? Because this is totally not for me. And this is such a shame because I loved that original movie. I was 12 when that movie came out. You know, I saw it in the theater. You know, Val Kilmer, Mad Mardigan, Joanne Whalley, and of course, Warwick Davis. Awesome stuff. I loved it. I loved that movie. But this show is not for me. It feels like a CW kind of level of show. Totally not for me. Which is just a shame. And I was so bummed out after watching it, because I watched it Wednesday night after the stream. I was so bummed out that I'm like, I can't review this. I don't want to review it because it's not for me. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else, but I have a really, really hard time wanting to review something that I didn't connect with it on any level. I'll probably continue to watch it because, I mean, it's coming out, tonight? I'll probably continue to watch it to see if it gets any better. And I may do a review at the end of the season if it's worthy. But I can't see me doing a review every week on this show because it's not for me. And there's a lot of people that have already done videos where they talk about how, oh, it's this woke thing and all that. None of that bothers me. Okay. You know, you want to make somebody this or that. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is when it feels like it's a checklist. You know, like it's like, okay, who are we going to make sure that we include this time? Okay, we've got that. Okay, we've got that. Okay. And it feels like that. It didn't feel like a natural progression of what the story or the characters were. The other thing is the complete lack of any sort of consistency when it came to the accents. They were all over the place. Now, I think the actors were fine, but they're doing accents that don't mesh. Like there's a brother and sister that have different accents. And I'm like, what is going on here? It was very distracting. And I couldn't allow myself to really get into it. And I also feel like it was edited very poorly. I feel like there were scenes cut out and it felt like, okay, wait, what? You know, there was a couple of situations like that. I don't know. Like I said, it's just not, I don't think it's going to be for me. But if there's people that like it. In fact, there was a review that I watched where apparently they give codes out to some reviewers where they gave them the first 7 episodes. So there's 8 episodes in the season. They gave them the first 7. And they said that, yeah, it was kind of rough at the beginning, but it got better. And I'm like, okay, well, okay, cool. Maybe it'll get better and maybe I'll review it at the end. But I can't sit there and even waste time. I felt like it would be a waste of time for me to get on here and go, guys, yeah, it's not for me. And yeah. Thanks for watching. I mean, it just, I don't know. I don't know. And maybe that's one of those, uh, maybe that's one of those things where I should have. I don't know, but I just felt like it. I didn't feel like I should do that. Let's see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Fat Samurai talks about martial arts movies a lot too. I think you'd like him. Fat Samurai. Okay. Never heard of him. I'll tell you what. I've been watching that Beard Meets Food, where he's this, 155-pound dude from Leeds, England, who goes. He's a competitive eater. 155 pounds. He's kind of a small guy, but he eats these huge challenges, and man, for whatever reason, it's him. He's so much fun to watch. He's so entertaining that I've watched like tons of those over the last few days. Awesome stuff. Anyway, The Story of Ricky. Never heard of that. Fell asleep trying to watch Willow. Yeah. Did I see Terminator 2 in the theater? No, I was 91. I would have been 15 years old. And no, I didn't, but I bought the video. It was one of the first videotapes that I ever purchased myself. So I purchased that and watched it and loved it. I didn't see it until it came out on video. See, back then it was a weird. Okay, this is kind of hard to explain, but before I turned 16, and a lot of my friends were able to, we go driving around and do stuff. My family wasn't a let's go to the theater kind of thing. My mom was, but when my mom and dad got divorced, that kind of went down the toilet. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of movies in the theater in my early teens there. It was only until, 16, 17, 18 years old, that's when I really started going back to the theater and loving it. And then, of course, it's continued. But yeah. Only streaming platform I currently have is Paramount Plus. And see, here's the thing. I think that with streaming services in particular, I think you just get the one for that month that you're wanting to watch, and then when you're done with it, cancel it, go on to the next thing. I think that's the best option. Unfortunately, you're going to pay more, at least with some of them, you're going to pay more per month, for a monthly thing. But wait till it's over, or, you're like, oh, okay, I really want to see. Like if you did that for Andor and you said, okay, I'm gonna sign up for Disney Plus for a couple of months so I can watch Andor, totally get that. But like Stranger Things, I'm sure a lot of people signed up for Stranger Things, they watch the whole season, and then they immediately cancel it. And I see no problem with that. Yeah. Canceled Disney Plus. They're probably going to skip it. Loved Willow, though. Yeah, Willow, the original movie was so good. Willow reminds me of that South Park character that Cartman made fun of. I mean, you'll have to be more specific than that, because Cartman made fun of everything. It's how the new She-Ra was, unfortunately. See, I've never been a She-Ra person. Creator didn't even watch the original She-Ra. I think the designs were good, but the storytelling wasn't. Character interactions weren't, in my opinion. That's why I like the Starship Troopers movie more than the boring novel. Okay. Personally, I think it matters a lot. I mean, if you don't care for the source material, I'll make a new show not in that universe. Art is subversive. My dad took me to see Terminator 1 when I was 10. It was crazy. The first rated R movie I saw in the theater, I was 11. My sister and her boyfriend, who then became her husband, took me to go see Predator. That was my first rated R movie. Yeah, and it was awesome. Seeing Predator in the theater was awesome. It probably wasn't opening weekend, but still, at 11 years old, being the only kid in my class that saw Predator, it was awesome. I will say this. If you're going to base a movie on on a thing, it needs to at least have the spirit of that thing. Doesn't have to be exact, but as long as it has the spirit of it, I'm cool with it. It's just like Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings movies are pretty awesome, but they cut out a ton of stuff from the movies or from the books. So I think that you should at least have the spirit of it. I never read Starship Troopers, so I can't really, yeah. But yeah, T2 was great in the theater. I bet it was. People should honor the pre-existing canon of stories or just make a new series altogether. I don't understand why someone would take a thing and then say, you know what, that's not good enough. Let's add some stuff. Let's take out this crap. It's one thing that irritated me about the Harry Potter movies. The one that there was a lot of stuff that I didn't get in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Like I didn't understand until I read the book. It's not the perfect adaptation, but it captured the world so well that it's still my favorite of the Harry Potter movies. I remember being so upset with the later movies because they added crap that wasn't there and took out crap that was in the book. It was so frustrating because it was like, then why even make this if you're just gonna butcher it like this? I just don't understand it. A lot of people love those movies, and that's fine, but for me, the books were the thing, you know? I don't know. And I get it. There's a lot of people that are like, you know, oh, I don't like books. I don't like reading, you know, whatever. And so the movie's all I have. And that's what I judge it by. And that's fine. But I really don't understand the thought process of, okay, the people that are going to be there day one are the people that are already familiar with the material. Those people want to see an adaptation or an adaptation of this material. Okay, right? They're going to be day one there. Why would you do everything in your power to piss those people off? I don't know. I saw Alien when I was about 10, still one of my favorite movies. Little brother watched it with me. He was 8. I'm pretty sure I was about 10 when I saw it too. When I saw Alien and Aliens. Yeah. Love that stuff. Love those movies. Brother cried when the Predator took his mask off. I mean, it's pretty scary, but also awesome. And here's what I don't understand. I've said this before, but why in the later movies you have more technology, right? Technology gets better. Things get better as time goes on. You know, you better whatever. Why did the Predator always look worse than the first movie? I think the first movie captures an organic looking, like it looked like it could be real. The way that it's not this weird digital tusk. Look, it looks so bad in other movies, but in the first movie, it looks like it goes when he screams. It's just awesome looking. I don't know. And Squiggles, what's going on? I didn't see you there. Welcome. He cried when that guy in Home Alone got hit in the head with a brick. Okay. My problem is when we ignore all source material, at that point, it's not even the same. Controversy from angry nerds, free publicity. Sometimes it works, other times it does not. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I just don't understand the point. And I've said it before. I think one of my favorite book to film movies is The Firm, because it took the book and was extremely it was so good because I loved that book. When that book came, you know, John Grisham was like, if you were into reading, John Grisham was hot back then, and you wanted to read the new John Grisham book when it came out. You know, I read that book and I loved it. I thought it was so good, such a good story. And the movie came out, and then at about when Act 3 starts, they go in a different direction, and it's actually better than the movie. Or it's better. The movie is better than the book. I like the way that they wrapped up that story better in the movie than in the book. And it's one of the few examples where I think they said, you know what? I think this is actually truer to this character And I agree. I think it was awesome. Yeah, Prisoner of Azkaban, best HP movie. Yep. Terminator 1 was pretty scary at 10 years old, but it wasn't as perplexing and intense as when my uncle took me to Road Warrior at age 7. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever seen all of Road Warrior or Mad Max or Thunderdome. I saw Fury Road. I loved it. I need to watch all those. My mom rented RoboCop thinking it was a movie for kids. Boy, were we in for a shock. Yeah, that movie's rough. Director's cut or no. The director's cut's even worse, but the original, man, it's wow. I wanted to see Alien and Escape from New York from seeing posters. They were no go. I bet. I still think that the way that, I don't know, man. I like really interesting special effects. And there's in fact, one of my favorite Gremlins is the one where he's eating cookies at the beginning and he hears the lady and he snarls. The way that his mouth moves is really cool. And then he goes, yum, yum. And it looks bad. But the way that he snarls, it almost looks real. You know? I like it when you see that really, really like awesome work, when it comes to and it was one of the things that always it used to frustrate me about Phantom Menace is that it's been all these years and Neimoidians, they're puppet. I remember saying it on the Switched On show back in the day that I said their puppet shit sucks. It's just the way the lip sync, it just didn't work. But No Country for Old Men was a book I couldn't stand, but I love the movie. The movie's awesome. Great movie. Biffer the Hobbit, congrats on your Kantara reviews. Huge views. Biffer, thank you. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. Maybe I'm wrong, but welcome. And thank you for that. Yeah, and it's one of those weird things, man. I've said it many times. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of the. I shouldn't say that. I'm not driven by views. So yeah, man, those Indian movie reviews have blown up my channel to where, I've got over 2,500 subs now. It's like, what? Considering in June I had like 300. That's insane, but I'm not driven by that. So I appreciate that though. I really do appreciate it. It's amazing to see that kind of reception to some of the stuff that I've done. It's amazing. They cut out all the fat and blew up the action parts. You're talking about No Country for Old Men? Wraith and Rufus, welcome. Late to the party was reorganizing some of my vast amount of stuff and not even half done. Mad Max and Road Warrior are great. I need to put them on the list. I just haven't watched them. Never watched them. You remember that little gremlin snarl? It was awesome. And then, like I said, then he goes, yum, yum. And it just looks bad. But I like when there were mogwais and they were devouring that fried chicken. I hated the way that they shot that. I think what it is it has something to do with the frame rate of because it's got to be like somewhat stop motion or something. But the way that it's shot, it looks unnatural for film. Like almost like it went from 24 frames per second to 48 frames per second or something. It looks funky. But I know what you're talking about though. It does look cool. It does look cool. Did you see Avatar 1 on opening night? I don't remember. I want to say I did. I saw it 6 times in the theater. 6 times. And Rufus, yes, I did watch Willow. I was just talking about that. How it's just not for me. And it bummed me out so much I didn't even want to do a review on it. And that some reviewers got codes from Disney Plus and they got to watch the first 7 of 8 episodes. And they say that the first couple of episodes, it takes a while for it to get going. but then it does actually get going, and they're like they're interested in it all the way through 7 episodes, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll do a review on it when it's all done. But for now, it's weird. Start selling merch. You're talking about me? I don't have enough fans to start selling merch. I don't care about that. At least not yet. Like I want people to be able to buy this if they wanted it. But we made this, like my wife and I made this shirt. She made this thing. Right? Nobody's going to buy that. There's not enough people to buy it, But when it gets to a point where, maybe at some point, maybe. I was actually thinking about, I can't remember the company. Billy told me about it, but as a place that it's kind of a print on demand thing, kind of like designed by humans, but I don't know. Yeah, the Andor 75 TV intro is awesome. I really enjoyed that. I just don't know. Like I said, I want to do videos that I want to do. And if they don't get views, they don't get views. And that's fine. But of course, what I'm trying to do is trying to make it where, like, if you guys like hanging out with me, you should be able to watch a review, and even if you're not into what I'm talking about, you should be able to get something out of it, And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And I think eventually I'll get to that point. I don't have enough people subbing to me for that to be a good thing yet. But look, again, I'm not driven by views or merch, and I know, Rufus, I know what you'll say. I haven't set up the member stuff yet. I still haven't been feeling well. But yeah. And Ricky, I see that. You're closing up when I get home. Okay, do your thing. I hate is when Lucas edited in the Ewok blinks. Oh, you mean the special editions? The new special editions? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that was necessary. It is weird, but it's also... It's one of those things that's so, like, okay, cool, fine. Doesn't bother me. What bothers me is them changing stuff like Han and Greedo. You dug it by the end of the first? Yeah, it was so much, you're talking about Willow, I think. I don't like the fact that, siblings have different accents, and that there's some people are British and then some people are like clearly American, and it's distracting. And then it almost feels like some of the writing is like CW kind of writing, and it's just not for me. At least not yet. I saw merch. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Give it another 6 months. There'll be at least a dozen people with Order 42 tattoos. That's going to be, I can't even think about that. That's weird to me. You want a shirt that says "Do the thing"? Hey, I think that's a good one. What would be kind of cool is have like, how like, you have like maybe an Order 42 logo here, the round one, like this. And then on the back, the "Do the thing" real big. I think that'd be cool. I don't know. I have a little excitement fits when I see you in game. Toy Chasers videos. Love it. Yeah. Toy Chasers. I don't think I've ever been in a Toy Chasers one. But yeah. Yeah, I was in the last Game Chasers. I filmed. I can't believe like I said, I can't believe he got all of the footage to work. And maybe it's the one thing I haven't really talked with Billy much because, like I said, I've been kind of sick and still just not feeling well. But I hope his like headaches over editing wasn't because my footage sucked. Han stepping over Jabba's tail was the worst effect in Star Wars. That was pretty bad. I mean, I get it. It was kind of a cool idea at the time. It's like, hey, just make him step on his tail and kind of just shift him up. It's not good, though. It's not good. That honestly, that whole scene didn't even need to be in there. What did you learn about that scene? In that scene that wasn't already in the scene with Greedo. I can't afford to make exceptions. All of that stuff, all of the information in that scene is in the Greedo scene. It didn't even need to be back in there. The Sarlacc looked like a beehole in the sand before. I mean, a little bit. A little bit. But I didn't mind that. I think my favorite was all of the cleaning up the matte lines and the new footage, like during the Death Star attack. I really enjoyed that. But the Cloud City stuff was pretty cool. There's one thing in every single one that just irritates the hell out of me. You know, in A New Hope, it's the Han Greedo scene. Didn't need to be changed at all. In Empire Strikes Back, there's two really in Empire Strikes Back for me. Number one was the additional Wampa footage at the beginning on Hoth. In the original movie, you see Luke swing the lightsaber. You see the chopped off hand drop, and you hear the scream, the monster scream, and Luke kind of reacts and runs out. You don't actually see the monster. And in the special edition, he's all like, "Oh, my arm," and it's just so stupid. It's so bad. And then the additional audio that they apparently got, they said that they got it from footage from elsewhere, but it doesn't sound like Darth Vader when he says, "Prepare my Star Destroyer for my arrival." It sounds like John Wayne, or it doesn't sound like James Earl Jones to me. And it irritates me every time I hear it. I prefer the original when he's walking around and he's angry and you just hear him, "Bring my shuttle," and he's mad. You know, this "Prepare my Star Destroyer for my arrival." That sounds so bad. It's so dumb. And then in Return of the Jedi, yeah, you can say maybe Anakin showing up, or Hayden Christensen at the end. That doesn't bother me as much. You could say, let's see, what else is in there that's bad? Oh, the changing of the Yub Nub song to this different song with showing all this stuff from around the galaxy. That doesn't bother me. It's the damn Lopty Neck song. The original version of that song sounded otherworldly to me. But the new sucks. And then the guy up in the, no, dude, get that out of here. It's like a kid's movie all of a sudden. I hate that. I hate that. Hate it. Han stepping over Jabba's tail was, oh yeah, that's what started all this. Someone in India will one day name one of their children after you. I hope not. That's weird. Or build a Hindu shrine in your, no, they won't. No, they won't. Did I see the special editions of Star Wars in the theaters? Only the first one. I didn't, because they released them like every 3 months or something, and I got busy and just forgot or whatever. Aliens in the Cantina rather than Wolfman was good too. Yeah, that was fine. It was fine. Oh, Knights of Old. We'll talk about Indiana Jones. You watch the original trilogy on VHS, no edits. Can't do it. Can't do it on VHS. It's too, especially on a, big ass OLED. Nah. Gotta watch, and the thing is it's, what's weird is, I find that I probably never need to see another Star Wars movie of the original saga. Never need to see any of them again. They're up here, and my memory of it sometimes is better than what it, you know what I mean? My memory is better than what I'm seeing, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't need, probably don't, I've seen them so many times. If Luke's spirit reverts to young age Obi, and Yoda should too, yeah. Oh, you mean Anakin? If Anakin's spirit reverts to young age Obi, and I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean the idea is that he actually died. That, I think that's the thing. That's the thing that bothers me is they said, well, the whole idea was that Anakin died when he became Vader, and his spirit, his good spirit, died, and so that's why he reverted back to that. I'm like, well, then who's Luke talking to at the end? You know what I mean? I don't understand why that's such a problem. I never had a problem. At 7 years old, I knew exactly who that was. I'm like, oh, that's his dad with Yoda and Obi-Wan. I knew that at 7 years old when I saw it in the theater. Opening weekend. Thank you very much. I didn't need Hayden Christensen to be there. But at the same time, it doesn't bother me. It's not that big of a deal. Did I see Sing 2? No. No, why? These specialized editions, best quality, yes. You don't like the Roach Dude? Roach Dude. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That Prepare My Star Destroyer and messed up what was one of the best sequences in all of Star Wars. I love his delivery of Bring My Shuttle. He's so angry. I love it. I love it so much. What about the prequels? Oh, I've seen the prequels plenty of times too. Probably never need to see those again. I had to hunt for an old Anakin Ghost version to show my daughter. Otherwise, he'd be like, who's that guy? Yeah. But I never had a problem when I was a kid. Even though he still slayed Tusken children before in that form. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody, that's the whole point though, right? Is that everybody's got a little bit of dark side in them. You know? Hayden is a bad actor. Eurotrip is okay, I guess. I don't think Hayden Christensen is a bad actor. I think he wasn't able to bring, because of his age, he wasn't able to bring, Lucas wasn't able to bring that out of him. You know, that good performance out of him. You know, that's why you have, and even Natalie Portman didn't really shine in the prequels, but Ewan McGregor did, because he was like, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm, you know, he studied, you know what I mean? So I don't think Hayden's a bad actor. In fact, I've seen him in other things, and I liked him in them. So you were singing earlier. I thought you would have liked Sing too. No, probably not. It's probably why I didn't like that thing. And anyway, yes, I did see the old Anakin Ghost. Hayden had bad direction. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Okay, we need to get moving because we're already halfway through the show, and I've gotten through 3 things of the 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of things. A lot of things. So, real quick, I know this is another thing. Again, Order 42, right? It's not just about movies. I'm going to talk about books real quick. That's weird. Look at that. Look at how far back the chat is right there. That's like a long time ago. Okay, now it's refreshing. Anyway, I finished The Path of Daggers today. Took about 14 days to get through it. I enjoyed it, actually. It's so what they've said is that out of the 15 books in Wheel of Time, books 7, 8, 9, and 10 are the slog. I haven't experienced that yet. I liked 7 and I liked 8. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but I enjoyed it. So next book on the list is The Talisman. Now, the reason that I'm going back to a Stephen King book is because, according to something that I read, there are moments in older King books that the Dark Tower draws upon, and The Talisman is one of those. So I had never read The Talisman. I've read a bunch of Stephen King books, but I've never read The Talisman. So I started The Talisman today as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know anything about it. I mean, this book came out early 80s. Don't know anything about it. All I know is I'm immediately sucked in. Stephen King has a way of writing that just immediately gets you sucked in. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be reading, at least for the next while. What I think the plan was originally. Okay, hold on. Did I? Oh. Originally the plan was The Talisman, for whatever reason, was oops. This is what I meant to do. I meant to do that. And then do this. Bam. Originally my plan was to take a break from reading physical books, and I was going to get back into reading Sandman. But The Talisman was already available for me to get from the library. So I said, I probably should do that while it's available to me. You know what I mean? Because otherwise it might be weeks before I can read it. So that's the thing. They should have had Macaulay Culkin play Anakin. I don't know about that one. I heard that Leo was up for it. That would have been interesting. It could have been terrible, though. You know? It really could have been. Are you going to do vids on the Sandman comics? I don't think so. I may at some point. The problem is I only have this one camera, and the way that I've got it set up, it's not really easy to move around. So I don't know if it would make sense for me to, I've never done a review on something physical like that. So I don't know if it makes sense for me to do that. Yeah, I just don't know if it makes sense to do it. But I haven't even opened them since we opened it together on stream. They've pretty much just been sitting on the shelf, and I haven't read any comics at all since then. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of eating at me, and I want to get back into it. But again, like I said, I might just I maybe after The Talisman's over, maybe I'll do that. Get back into some comics, because man, I do love my comics, you know? And I've got a crazy comics backlog. It's crazy. It's just like my movie list and my book list. It's just, you just got to make your way through. And my game list. By the way, I finally started Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm only like an hour and a half in, but I'm really enjoying that. I played the first Final Fantasy VII, the original. I played it 4 times all the way through. I loved that game, and I couldn't get into any Final Fantasy game after that. So I'm kind of hoping that the remake will kind of like blossom or whatever. Console, PS5. If there's one fictional Star Wars language you can learn instantly, which would it be? It would definitely be Huttese. I think that would be fun. It would just be fun. And it's probably the most used, I guess. Maybe it's because it's all on Tatooine, but yeah, Huttese would be fun. I got a Dune graphic novel. I wonder if it's good. Twi'lek, for reasons. I mean, I need to get back into reading. Took a break and need to get back into it. Got some stuff from Tezuko, the guy who did Astro Boy. I was gonna say there's a mod for the PC that makes your AI companions more aggressive. Also, nice outfits for Tifa and Eris. Yeah, I mean, my PC is aging, and honestly, I haven't even turned it on in months. So yeah, I just don't see a point in doing that. I mean, my Mac is where I do all my stuff, and my Mac is still fairly new, even though, man, I really want the new Macs. But anyway, yeah, it's not something that PC gaming is never something that I've been super into. But for a while there, I was really trying, and I was like, I don't have the patience for this. But it's a little funny to hear people who don't have kids say they have no time. No, I have time. I keep getting distracted by things. You have to understand something. I'm very ADHD. And I'll get sucked into something that has nothing to do with anything. For example, Beard Meets Food. Why have I watched I've probably watched 6 hours of Beard Meets Food this weekend. Why? I don't know. Because it was entertaining. And it was like, that's the thing I'm interested in watching right now. I'm telling you, Beard Meets Food is awesome. It's really, really good. Sand people dialect would be hard to pronounce. I mean, yeah. Mac Daddy. Wait, that sounds wrong. If I tattoo and a set, I can write off the 2K for a life-size Tifa. That's one hell of a write-off. I won't do it, but a guy can dream. Yeah, yeah. ADHD as well. Biggest issue is we can't stop doing whatever we're doing. Yeah. And so, like, I'll get sucked into something and then be like, I should be doing this. And then I'm like, I don't have the time to do that, to start doing that now. So then you put it off. It's a thing. And the hardest part for me is trying to figure out what I'm going to do a review on next. You know? And I actually, for a while there, I had like 2 weeks in advance planned out. And then I realized this isn't fun because I can't just watch what I want. And my views weren't that good anyway. So I was like, then what's the point of, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm going to review what I want when I want, and that'll be a thing. And so that's why I'm actually trying to, put some distance between each Indian film review. So hopefully people understand that I'm not just in it for the views. If I was, I would just be doing one after the other, and I can't do that. I can't do it. I'll get bored of it, and then I'll never want to watch another Indian movie for as long as I live. And I don't want that to happen. I'm enjoying the process of going through it. I'm enjoying going through martial arts films. But there's going to come a point where I'm going to be like, okay, I need a break. And I'll watch something else. I'll watch something like Nope, and it's fun. So anyway. I can't clean or do anything if I'm walking for the mail or shift to start. If I'm waiting for the mail or a shift to start, yes. I know. I usually get pulled into family stuff and my weekends get taken, but honestly, that's not a bad thing. And you're right. That's one of the things that, especially, because here's the other thing. This last Friday was my wife's birthday. So we did some nice things for her birthday. Then she got really, really sick. So yeah, there was a lot of I could have reviewed a couple of different things, but I wasn't finished with 1899. I knew that I wanted to review that. But yeah, it just didn't work out. So, okay. What's next? Did Path of Daggers, did the Talisman. Okay. So, a little movie premiered today. And that is Avatar, The Way of Water. So here are some, I don't know if anybody's seen these yet. Here are some, because it's only been, I think they got out of it about 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. So the first, and this was in London, the first what do you call it? The first takes, the first reviews, quick little reviews have come out. Okay. Wait, time blindness, hyperfocus, and FOMO are our worst enemies. Oh, and remembering to eat. Remembering to eat's not my thing. That's my problem is I eat. Or it used to be a problem a lot. Like I could just eat. But no, I'm talking about the original, like the big premiere. You know what I mean? The premiere before it actually gets released on the 16th. So we got 10 more days. The premiere was in London. So here's some of the first thoughts. Avatar, The Way of Water. LOL, imagine being dumb enough to bet against James Cameron or teen aliens Sigourney Weaver or giant whales subtitled in papyrus. Light years better than the first. Easily one of the best theatrical experiences in ages. Streaming found dead in a ditch. Okay, so that's one of them. Robert Meyer Burnett did a lot of these. Okay. Next one. Avatar, The Way of Water is breathtakingly beautiful with the most incredible VFX I've ever seen. I saw it in 3D. The story itself is weaker than the first and feels drawn out at 3 hours and 10 minutes, but it's always great to look at, and the last hour is amazing. Okay. Avatar, The Way of Water is pretty incredible. I had faith James Cameron would raise the bar with the effects, but these visuals are mind-blowing. One stunning frame after the next. The thing I dug most is how the technical feats always feel in service of character and world building. Avatar, The Way of Water. Yeah, never bet against James Cameron. Trying to spare hyperbole, but I've never seen anything like this from a technical visual standpoint. It's overwhelming. Maybe too overwhelming. Sometimes I'd miss plot points because I'm staring at a Pandora fish. Up next. Happy to say, Avatar, The Way of Water is phenomenal, bigger and better and more emotional than Avatar. The film is visually breathtaking, visceral, and incredibly engrossing. The story, the spectacle, the spirituality, the beauty. This is movie making and storytelling at its absolute finest. I mean, it goes on. Here we go. I like this one because this, again, bring it down a little bit. Unsurprisingly, Avatar, The Way of Water is a visual masterpiece with rich use of 3D and breathtaking vistas. It does suffer from a thin story and too many characters to juggle, yet James Cameron pulls it together for an extraordinary final act full of emotion and thrilling action. I'm excited. I gotta say, it makes me excited to read. You know, there's a lot of, like you said, there is a lot of hyperbole there. But it's also one of those things where I feel like this is going to be one of those, it's going to be something to see, you know? It's going to be something to see. Now, I want to play this for you. That won't work. Okay, I'm just going to play this. Okay? This is at the premiere. This is something completely different, separate from Avatar. But this is John Landau. He's the producer for Avatar. So he's at the premiere, and this is what he says. Okay, let's turn okay, here we go.
Are there any other films you're going to be doing aside from Avatar?
Well, there's a little film called Alita Battle Angel that we'd love to circle back and do a sequel to, and I'm talking to Robert about that, and hopefully that comes to fruition.
How far away is that?
Look, I never put a time frame on anything because you guys will hold it against me.
Are there any other films you're going
Okay. I don't know about you guys, but Alita Battle Angel is a badass movie. I've never seen the anime or read the manga. Okay? But I loved that movie. There are definitely the boyfriend character. Yeah, get him out of there. You know? But man, I really like that movie. And I want to see more from that world. And I really, look, when I heard that, I was like, excuse me, what? I just thought that was cool and I wanted to share it. And it looks like there was a little bit of a little bit of surprise there too. It's good. If anybody can do live action anime, it's James. I mean, right? Well, now this is Robert Rodriguez that did the first, right? Never saw Alita all the way through. Yeah, see, there are moments in the what do you call it? The not character, but the kind of the love story that was weak. There were a couple of characters that I felt were weak, but overall, I want to see more. Basically, that's it. I want to see more. So that's a possibility. I just wanted to bring that up because holy crap, that was like whoa. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. When did it come out? I must have been homeless. God, probably like 2017, something like that. I know that it came out at a time when you could still buy Blu-rays on 3D and the 4K looks insane, like insanely good. So yeah. Now let's talk. Yeah, the 4K is whoa. If you can find, in fact, I'm pretty sure you can regularly find it pretty cheap. It's worth watching. It's worth watching just to see the visuals, you know what I mean? It's worth it. So, yeah. Okay, up next. Look, I don't know if you guys are into the Game Awards. Are you guys into the Game Awards? Let me get my stupid face out of the way. How do I do that? Bam. Game of the year. Anybody hyper focused on Pokemon back then? I mean, I get that. Are you guys into the Game Awards? I watch them. Look, here's the weird thing. I'm not a big gamer, but I love watching new technology. I love knowing about new games and knowing about what's coming and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I haven't played any of these. Plague Tale Requiem, I think wasn't that like on Game Pass? Then yeah. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I've seen a lot about all of these games. Never played any of them. But I'm interested. And yes, I'm more interested about the trailers. I don't really care who wins. You think Elden Ring will win? I mean, all I know is I haven't seen anything from Plague Tale, but all the other games I've either watched, like Stray, I watched a full playthrough on. I watched a full playthrough on Elden Ring. And Elden Ring was interesting enough that I think I want to try it. But I got a lot of games in front of it. God of War Ragnarok, yes, I want to play it. Horizon Forbidden West, I didn't get through the first game. I just couldn't. I don't know. It didn't grab me. It didn't grab me. So I don't know. But Stray was an amazing looking game and kind of like, wow, this is a budget game, huh? That's really impressive. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I've tried Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Can't get into it. I'm trying. But that's another one where I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out and I want to play them, but I don't. 100-hour game, I don't know if I can do that. Rabbids Party of Legends. I just play GTA and RDR and collect RPGs for the shelf. But yeah, I'm definitely into seeing what's coming next. And there are a couple of games that I think might be on tomorrow. One of them for sure. Two of them pretty much for sure. The third one, we'll see. And of course, there may be maybe some wild cards. But I'm wondering if there are any games that you guys are looking forward to seeing trailers from. First up, there's this. This has already been leaked. That, yeah, the release date for Jedi Survivor is going to be on March 15th, and that there are a bunch of like the pre-order bonuses and things like that. There's what do you call it? There's a gun, there's a blaster in the game. So, yeah. I'm interested in playing this. I love the first game. I have a full playthrough on my channel. But the interesting thing is, if you zoom in, not to his crotch, but to his face, he's got some scarring. Dude's seen some action. So this is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because I really enjoyed the first game. And yeah. And yes, Rufus. Is that the kid from Shameless again? I think so. He played the Joker in that Gotham series. So that's the only thing I've ever seen. Has his crotch seen action? You better believe it. I don't know. But yes, Rufus. More about Final Fantasy 16. I'm really curious to see more on this game. It looks like that's part of the reason why I'm trying to get into Final Fantasy 7 Remake again, because I'm thinking, okay, if I can get really into this, maybe I can get really into Final Fantasy 16 when it comes out. I don't know. But there is talk that, yes, there's going to be more. Well, with Jedi Survivor, StarWars.com already put out that there's going to be gameplay shown on the Game Awards. So that's going to be fun. Final Fantasy 16 looks interesting. I love the medieval art style and time period that this is going to take place in. Looks cool. It just looks cool. And then finally, another game that may or may not show up that I want to see more on is Diablo 4, because I am kind of a Diablo whore, and I love Diablo 3. Diablo Immortal pissed me off so bad. So, yeah. I'm curious to see if we're going to see more on Diablo 4. So, yeah. And of course, we might see some Breath of the Wild. We might see some, I don't know, or Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. We might see some other stuff from Nintendo, but I don't know. I don't know. Love Diablo? Yeah, I don't know. Actually, give me just a second. I need to go blow my nose because, again, still trying to get over this stuff. So I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Told you not to go anywhere. Told you not to go anywhere. Just don't do it. Whatever. No, Ricky, no. Royalty-free track, I love it. Hey, I paid for that track. And I like it. So, there you go. Says he's not a gamer. I don't buy it. Sounds like he doesn't have time like the rest of us. I mean, I need like a 40-hour day. Maybe I'd have that. And no, Carbonite, I didn't say that. I wonder if Metroid will be pushed back and be a launch title for Nintendo's next system. Possible. I mean, all of those things are possible. You know what I mean? It's like all of those things. There's no telling. You should have been jamming Butthole Surfers or Throw Rag or even Crumb Bums. Well, I also don't want to get claimed. See, and that's the thing that sucks about streaming is that I would love to play clips from songs I like and stuff like that. I can't do it. If I do, and an entire 3-hour stream gets claimed, no, not doing it. So I'm using either my music or music that I purchased for streaming or, royalty-free stuff. Good night. I am out. Magnus, have a good one. Have a good one, sir. Appreciate you being here. I get what I imagine normal people get done in a day over the course of 3 to 4 days. I know. See, what's weird is, man, when I get going, holy crap. Video game speculation is fun. Still hoping for a new Spyro. I mean, maybe. My hair's kind of wacky today. It's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, I could play, Christmas Robotica or something like that, but yeah. I would love to stream Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, but too much copyrighted music, and I don't want to play in streamer mode because it just removes it all. Exactly. And so that's part of the reason why, like, I got claimed on one of my Jedi Fallen Order tracks. The soundtrack from that game got claimed because I wasn't talking enough. I was like so involved in the game that I quit talking for a few minutes. And Lego Star Wars too. So yeah, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Stream Beats by Senpai Alpha Gaming is a dope service for royalty-free tracks. Dude, there's a ton of them. There are a ton of them out there. So it's just a thing. But you know what time it is? Holy crap. It's time for Have You Seen This? Hey, it's me next to Santa. What do you want for Christmas? I'm just gonna sit here with Santa and we're gonna keep making toys for all you kids, and it's gonna be gonna be cool. Okay. All right. So, if you haven't seen Have You Seen This before? That's kind of like a Have You Seen This Inception or something. Anyway, the thing is, you are getting Kale. No. Not Gary, what's going on? You're right in time for Have You Seen This? The part of the show where we look at stuff on the internet that I think is funny or cute or just cool or whatever. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's look at some stuff. Now, this one is just one of those where it's just like, this is just cool, okay? Oh, my face is gone. My face is gone. You can't see. Hi. Yeah. So I'm going to just shut up and let you listen to this. Because this one, seriously, this one sounds amazing in headphones. Okay? If you have headphones. Okay? So here we go. I'm going to mute. Did you like that? I love that stuff. I love that. Rob Lee satisfying? I mean, maybe. But I love that sound, especially in the headphones. I don't know. I love that stuff. That's how the mafia disposes of body. I mean, maybe. But here is just one that I think is funny. A raccoon getting unwanted kisses from dad. Just watch this. Come on. That's awesome. That's just awesome. And this one just keeps playing. So, and Ted Millage is here. Welcome, Ted. You should see the vid with the phone being dropped in a volcanic area of water and the gas causes like a scream noise. Busy night at work here. Well, Ted, you do what you need to do. Okay? But I'm glad you're here, even if it's just for a moment. Now, this one is just funny. In fact, The last three are funny ones, okay? So here we go. The casual flip and landing is so smooth. Just watch this.
You might not like it, but this is what the peak male athletic form looks like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
Oh, man. Back in time for, hey guys, have you seen this video? Yes. Yes, Bucho, yes. Why don't we domesticate raccoons? I don't know. But let's watch that again because it's funny.
You might not like it, but this is what the peak male athletic form looks like, and there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it.
Come on, man. That's funny. That's funny. And this one, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what she's saying. But let's see if you can figure it out.
Stop flashing your death and just be coming at me with this damn bottle of wine.
What?
Stop flashing your death and just be coming at me with this damn bottle of wine.
I don't even know. But stop laughing, you idiot. Something bottle of. Oh wait, let's stop laughing, you idiot. I know the bottle of wine.
Stop flashing your death and just be coming at me with this damn bottle of wine.
I don't know, but it's great. Is all I know. That's great. I think it's funny. Now, this one, now look. Every year, I feel like we need new Christmas songs because Christmas songs get old, right? You know, we always have all these different songs that you hear over and over. I mean, of course, the Mariah Carey song that's, very famous for being whatever. But look, we need new Christmas songs. And I feel like this one, stop laughing, you idiot. I'm trying to get open my bottle of wine. Do we need to listen to it one more time?
Stop flashing your death and just be coming at me with this damn bottle of wine.
I don't even know. But this one isn't a complete one, okay? But I think this one's a good one, okay? So here we go. Here we go.
On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love sent to me. Debilitating headaches, night sweats, and fever drive. Flaky skin, sudden swings in mood, blurred vision, swelling of the tongue, and a rare form of kidney disease.
Oh my God. Dude, every single time, I've watched this like 7 times. Every single time it makes me laugh till I almost cry. Cause it's so stupid. So there you go. That was Have You Seen This? Hey, look at me. I'm next to Santa. Hey, and we're making toys and things. I've got a little, what is that? A radio next to, wait, is that a, oh, that's a bell. That's a bell next to, don't think it's something dirty. I thought it was something dirty for a second. It's a bell. It's a bell on the left-hand side there. And a quill and Merry Christmas. Merry bye. Anyway, there you go. That last one has very switched on energy, right? It really does. It's so fun. In fact, I need to send that one. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to just send that to Brian and Jerry right now because I think they'll get a kick out of it. And yeah. Oh, it's so good. Okay, wait. Watch the Christmas by Corey Taylor is a good. See, we need to be posting these over in the Discord, man. Let's post them in the Discord. Watched the Christmas Story Christmas the other day. Better than I expected. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's good. I haven't watched it yet. Manual tune is so much better than auto tune. It's really funny. It is really funny. Now, what is this? Wait a minute. I'm gonna click on this. Oops, something went wrong. Okay, I can't click on that link. Star Fox, Ricky. Can I open it in a new window? Okay, that worked. No. Yeah, I can't click on that link. You should put it in Discord and I'll look at it later. Sup everyone, missed the past few weeks. Oscar, welcome. That's okay. We're always here. And if you miss it, you know, you can watch it later or you can just say, "Hey, that was last week. I'm going to watch this week." You do whatever, man. It's all good. You did a good job with the superimposition. Are you talking about my face on the elf there? Again, like 10 minutes worth of work, like as fast as I can. It's just fun. Love the Last Christmas Angel of Death remix. Have I heard it? No, I don't think so. No, I haven't. Yeah, I mean, again, post those in the Discord. I'd love to hear them. Nightbot, chill out. 2 in a row? I don't get it. Opens just for me just fine. No, I think it's because it's trying to open through my studio.youtube.com profile, and it's weird. It's yeah. Anytime you guys post a link, it gets weird for me. Like I can't open it, and it cuts off part of it too. So it's not that the link doesn't work. It probably works for everybody. Like anybody can look at that, but I can't because I'm viewing the chat through the studio part of the thing. Does that make sense? On break, time to make the donuts. That sounds awesome. Oscar, check out later tonight. Later, fellas. Oscar, have a good one, sir. Thank you for popping in. It's awesome to see you here. Awesome to see you here. Did you go Christmas shopping for the family yet? Luckily, both sides of the family have decided we're not doing Christmas gifts this year. We're doing Christmas things. We're like, it's going to be like almost like a potluck type thing on both sides of the family. So luckily, we don't have to worry about buying Christmas presents this year, which is awesome. And even if we did, I wouldn't really have to go because my wife loves to Christmas shop. She loves buying stuff for people. So there have been times when I'm like, "Hey, you want me to go with you?" And she's like, No, I want to handle it myself. But this year we don't have to worry about it. And plus, now that we have Amazon, yeah. I keep saying, "Okay, I'm done Christmas shopping," then I see more stuff I want to buy people. Yeah, see, it's gotten to that point now with our family. It's gotten so big that we just buy for like our own parts of the family. You know what I'm saying? And we do stuff like, yeah, it's just different for us. It's kind of cool, actually. Got a bunch of Force Action lightsabers on eBay, 2006 mostly, waiting on a broken one with a good blade so I can repair one. That's cool. I'm easy to buy for compared to others. I'm just like, buy me toys. I'm a man child. I mean, you know, hey. So here's wow, we got through that pretty quick actually. Excuse me. I mainly asked for movies and stuff this year. Yeah, the whole thing that we're doing is that weird we're doing like the weird potluck thing on one side of the family, and then on the other side we're doing that like fun thing where I was talking about like we gotta bring something that's related to our favorite Christmas movie. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure Die Hard's probably my favorite of all the Christmas movies. I don't know. Is there a Christmas movie I like more than Die Hard? I don't know. But yeah, Batman Returns. Yeah, see, like, so I need to buy something that's related to that. So I don't know. So that's actually kind of fun because it's interesting and it's sort of a white elephant thing. So I might end up with a, shitters full sweater or something this year. I don't know. Christmas is weird when being an adult because it's kind of like, okay, what do I not want to buy for myself? Yeah, see, it's strange that at least with us, I don't know what it is, but there's too many kids. There's too many damn kids in our family, and that's why we basically said, okay, here's the thing. Like me and April, we don't need anything. So you guys just have a bigger Christmas for your own kids, and we'll just do something fun. Because April and I don't need anything. We don't have kids. And we can buy whatever the hell we want. We just bought all this crap. And then I'm spending $700 to fix my damn car. So you know what I mean? Schindler's List HD remix. I don't know if that's going to be... Wow. I buy people stuff year round. I avoid obligatory events like holidays and birthdays. I've never been a big birthday guy. And because I grew up in a house where I wouldn't say that birthdays weren't a big deal, but I never put much stock in my birthday. In fact, I didn't like the attention. I don't like it when, hey, let's all clap for Rob. No. If it's for something I did, cool. But no. I was born today. Doesn't seem that big of a deal. I don't know. It's just, I'm weird that way, I guess. We don't have that problem. Just me, the parents, my 2 brothers and 2 sisters-in-law. Yeah. Yeah. See, we've got for example, my sister has 4 kids and now 3 of them have kids. It's gotten ridiculous. It's gotten ridiculous. So we just don't. Yeah. And the thing is I don't see them, unfortunately, a lot of them, I don't see them enough for me to be able to know what they would want anyway. And I feel like the gift giving stuff, makes me sound like freaking Scrooge or something. But the gift giving stuff, if you're just like, hey, go buy me this, and then you go buy them that, where's the surprise? Where's the, a gift should mean something. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I hear that. I have social anxiety. Leave me alone. A little bit. Yeah, that could be it too. Only one kid in my family. It's my niece, and I've only met her 1 time in 4 years. Yeah, see, my family is all really close. And I mean close as in, like, we see them a lot. So, it's just, I don't know. As a kid, we basically celebrated 3 things: July 4th, birthdays, and Christmas. So I guess the nostalgia for those fuels me. No, I get that too. Celebrated them as a kid, but never really cared because I had what I wanted. Yeah. And like now, I don't need anything. And if there's something that I want, I just go buy it. So I'm a really hard person to buy a gift for now because I usually just get what I want. I mean, and yeah, am I going to tell them, hey, go buy me this vape thing? They're not going to do that. You can buy gifts year round. Halloween works year round. So until the Messiah comes back, I'm good on holidays. Yeah. I'll never forget the morning my grandma got me Unicron for Christmas. Now, see, that's crazy. And for kids, it's different. For adults, it's like, so I'm going to buy you a $20 thing and you're going to buy me a $20 thing and neither one of us got what we wanted. Why don't we just both go buy a $20 thing for ourselves and everything's cool, And if I don't want to buy a gift and I want to buy, buy me and April a Whataburger meal, why don't we just do that and be done with it? I don't need anything, I read unicorn. Yeah, me too. Oh, you sons of bee stings. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I would have liked a unicorn too, to be fair. I am a brony after all. Sorry, I need to really quick. Okay, close that. All right. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we had a huge. Don't worry about it, Ricky. We got them. We got them. We took care of them. I'm sure they'll be back. And look, they keep getting timed out. I like that. Just keep timing them out. Just keep timing them out. Okay. Okay. Can you message go away so I can. Here we go. All right. Maybe they'll quit coming. That's not. And that sounds disgusting. Anyway, yeah, a lot of movie trailers and series trailers and things came out this last week. I kind of want to go over a few of them. First up, Just Lonely. I mean, maybe. You're probably right. You know, we're getting there in Christmas time. You know what I mean? These D-brand plates look good on it. On what? But first up, man, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. You guys hyped for this? I saw this and I was initially very excited because I saw this. I saw Jazz. Jazz is probably my favorite Transformer. And some of the transformations looked really, really cool. But it also kind of looks like a mess. It just like the other movies, it just kind of looks like a mess to me. I don't know. And I don't know anything about The Rise of the Beast is way after me. And I didn't realize that was Ron Perlman. I just want a movie focused only on the Transformers. I mean, right? Since it's called Transformers, why not? I still feel bad when I think about how much my mom spent on my PS1. That was such a big deal. Got FF7 for my aunt and the console for my mom, my only gift. I know it's because it's all I wanted. That's a good one. That's a good one. And Final Fantasy VII, like I said, man, that game, I've never been that big into RPGs, but that game, I was addicted to it. I love that game. And it's kind of, I'm hoping that the remake will sort of ignite that again in my, what do you call it? In my brain, and just get to play more, you know? We need a movie that's set on Cybertron that stays on Cybertron. I don't mind them not being on Cybertron. I just don't want the focus to be on humans. I wanted them to continue the Bumblebee storyline. Yeah, and apparently that's what this one is doing a little bit, I think, because this one is a continuation of that story, I think. But yeah, played it every year for 20 years. Wow. See, I wasn't that committed, but I did replay it like 3 times. And it's good. Legend of Dragoon. See, I never played that one. Never played it. And I tried 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait, I don't think I ever tried 10, but I tried 8 and 9 and couldn't get into them. But 7, it's not canonically connected to the others as far as I can tell. Okay, well, all right, well. Oh, by the way, in here is, okay, remember you guys picked the apple donut? Do you remember that? You guys picked it. In here is the regular donut, and it's really good. And in this one is the raspberry donut. And holy crap, this one's good. Look at how much vapor's in here. I'm going to need to be careful because I can see it on the screen. Yeah. We get the Crisis Core remake in like 6 days. I know, I never played that one. That's part of the reason why I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I can maybe get into Crisis Core. Maybe. We'll see. This is set in the 90s in Bay's vision. The Transformers didn't show up till the 2000s. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see about that one. But also, another trailer was Guardians 3. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And I loved the holiday special. I thought it was so good. So good. Like surprisingly good. So I'm really curious to see if this one's going to, if this one's going to be good. I'm excited. I am. It looks like there's going to be some endings. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. But yeah. And speaking of endings, we also got the Indiana Jones 5 trailer. And I know some of you, I think I saw some of you were not that crazy about this trailer. Not that crazy about the idea of Harrison Ford being, done with Indy. This looked fun to me. And the de-aging stuff. There was in fact, we were talking about it on the Discord. The de-aging stuff is ridiculous right now. And they are doing some amazing work there. I just hope it's good. That's all I care about. That's all I ever care about. I don't care if I don't know. I just want it to be good. Isn't that what we should all do? Is we should all just be like, hey, so disappointed with Willow, didn't make it 15 minutes. May give it another shot later. Ted, I don't think you were here earlier when I was talking about Willow. I watched the first 2 episodes and was so, I wouldn't say upset. I was bummed. I was bummed that the show didn't feel like it was for me. I wanted it to be for me. And I mean, it doesn't always have to be for me. You know what I mean? I can watch something that's meant for someone else and still appreciate it on that level. This one, I was just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to do a review on it because it'll just be negative, and I just don't. That's it. And I will say the first 15 minutes are the roughest. And if you can get through that, it does get better, but it's still not for me yet. Now, there have been some reviews by people that have gotten early codes. I've said this already like 3 times. But some reviewers got codes for the first 7 episodes. And they said that it gets really good. So, I don't know. We'll see. Saving the holiday special for closer to Christmas, though. Bucho, I think you're really going to like that. I mean, since you're such a big Guardians fan, you're really going to like it. And Dr. Jones is looking rough. Yeah. I can't really complain about another Indiana Jones movie. I didn't want it, but Harrison did, so I'm all for it happening, and I hope it's good. Yeah, that's really what it is for me, too, because, man, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was rough. And I'm also, along with Ted, they messed up Indy with Last Crusade, moving away from a serial-type adventure. I didn't mind that part of it. What I did mind was, well, I wouldn't even say that it's that big of a deal for Marcus Brody to be turned into a goofball, because he wasn't a goofball in the first movie. He made it sound he sounded like another adventure along Indy's lines, and it's like those are 2 different characters. You know what I mean? The Marcus Brody in Raiders and the Marcus Brody in Last Crusade. I'm of the opinion that the number of the movies, it gets progressively worse. So to me, 1 was good, 2 was not as good, but still fun. 3 was still fun, but not quite as good. And then 4 is like, eesh. I know a lot of people that say that Last Crusade is their favorite, and I totally get it. I enjoy it too. I enjoy all of them, but I enjoy Temple of Doom more. I've always loved Temple of Doom. I've always been probably one of the bigger apologists for 2. I think Temple of Doom is great. I love Kate Capshaw. I think she plays that role perfectly. I love, of course, we've talked about Ki-Hai Kwan. I love him as Short Round. I love the fact that it's also a prequel. And I don't know. I just like it. I just like it. So, anyway. The one woke thing was kind of cringe. I mean, yeah, but like I said, it's not the thing that's more disturbing about it is that it almost, again, there feels like a lot of checklists being done in Willow. And I know we keep going back and forth on topics here, but for Willow, that's what it felt like. And I would think that if I was in any of those other communities, I would actually be upset that it isn't made part of the story at all. It's literally just a, hey, this is a thing. And then, okay, we're moving on. And it just doesn't, if you make it part of the story and make anyone care about whatever, then I'm cool with it. But it's when you're just doing it literally like a checklist type thing. Same with the Rise of Skywalker. It's one of those things. It's just, it's not good. It's not good. I don't like that kind of stuff. Check out, V Retro Blasting's thought piece on Last Crusade. Oh, I still have not seen any Indiana Jones movie beginning to end. I think, to me, Raiders is peak. Raiders sometimes goes in and out of my top 5 of all time. I love Raiders so much. Sometimes Jaws kicks it out for a while, and then Raiders will come back in, and then Jaws will come back in again. You know what I mean? And the other thing too is I think I need it's really about, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, well, I'm going to pick some arty movie for the sake of picking an arty movie. Raiders is just a fantastic film to me. It's just so good. Yeah. I think they were trying to give comic relief with Brody so it didn't feel too dark. I get that, but it's also irritating that you took a character that seemed like he knew what the hell he was doing and made him into a bumbling idiot. And that's my problem with it. You don't need that. You don't need to do that. Same with Hux in Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. He could have been a really interesting, dark character, a foil for Kylo Ren. Somebody who's like most other Imperial whatever you want to say in the, the original trilogy, they're constantly trying to one up the other. And I really enjoyed that about the first one, is that it felt like that. Like, okay, these guys are going to go at it. And no, he just becomes a bumbling fool. Interesting. Last Crusade was my favorite first indie movie I saw in the theater with my brothers. And see, that can be a big part of it too, is that you have a lot of nostalgia built on that. You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of people's favorite James Bond movie is the first Bond movie they've seen in theater. You know, mine was GoldenEye. That was the first Bond movie I ever saw in a theater. And it's way up there in my favorites. And for the longest time, it was my favorite. But then I've grown up and realized that, man, From Russia with Love is awesome. It's a great movie. So, I mean, anyway, there's a lot of really good James Bond movies, a lot of bad ones too. But anyway, I hated She-Ra, horseshoeing it and making it so it makes no sense is just stupid. I don't like anyone, any character to feel like they're on a checklist. it just makes it ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. Not fun fact, I watched episode 7 and never watched 8 or 9. I did download them the other night after Willow. You know, I'll tell you, it'll be interesting to see what because you've had time for people to, people are still angry. Trust me. If you go to Star Wars, Reddit Star Wars, oh my God, people are still arguing about it. And it's like, you guys need to see other movies. Okay. You need to find some other things. Yeah. It's irritating that Disney squandered an opportunity. Yes. But you're wasting your breath. There's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well move on and find something else to occupy your time. That's all I'm saying. So now that all that's passed, maybe you can watch 8 or 9 and see them for what they are. Maybe you'll have a different opinion of them. Who knows? You might actually like them. I don't know. They ruined Phasma for a stupid joke. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw HBO is on Amazon. I may cancel mine and just pay for it through Amazon now to have one bill. Well, that's part of that was a big thing. You know, HBO being taken off of Amazon for a while there was a big deal. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm lucky that I still don't pay for HBO because of my AT&T stuff. I wonder when that's going to stop, because AT&T no longer owns HBO. I'm going to have to start paying for that. And yeah, because I can't go without HBO. HBO is awesome. May get Prime, HBO, and Showtime together as one bill. Uh-oh, what? Uh-oh, what? What happened? What'd I miss? Let's see. I did do that. The other thing, your stream flickered. Oh. I show no drop frames. And everything on YouTube shows excellent connection. So I think we're still up. Still good? AT&T will find out. Yeah. It was my end that flickered. Okay. Good. Everything's okay. But yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I hid everything. Let's see. When will AT&T take HBO Max away? That's interesting. Okay. It says AT&T says HBO Max will remain part of its internet and wireless plans, but AT&T won't be giving HBO Max to new customers and hasn't replaced it with a different service either. The carrier stealthily discontinued its top-tier unlimited elite plan for new subscribers this week, and this is in June, and added a new one that doesn't include HBO Max anymore, as reported by Next TV. Okay. So yeah, it says customers who currently subscribe to the unlimited elite plan will not be impacted. Okay. Interesting. Robbie, were you more impressed with Brazil's 4-1 win over South Korea or Portugal wrecking the Swiss 6-1? I know you always said Portugal would be better if they benched Ronaldo, but did you expect them to be that good? I'll be honest with you, Bucho. I think that Ronaldo is, well, it can be, a pretty powerful element of the team, but I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I know who Ronaldo is. I know who Portugal is. I know, I've watched some World Cup in the past. I haven't watched any this year, like zero. I've seen more in like Twitter memes lately than I have actual games. So I apologize to not be able to continue the World Cup conversation. Number one most anticipated movie of 2023. Gosh, I don't even know. Let's see. Let's see what's coming out. Okay. Let's just look and see some of these movies that are expected. Browser. So we've got Willy Wonka. We've got Oppenheimer, which I'm looking forward to that one for sure. Little Mermaid, Blue Beetle, John Wick, Indiana Jones 5. Legally Blonde 3, I didn't even know that was a thing. Fast 10, The Exorcist, Super Mario Brothers, Kraven the Hunter, Megan, Transformers Rise of the Beast, The Flash, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Color Purple, The Nightingale, Barbie, Coyote versus Acme. I didn't even know that was a thing. Star Trek 4 is not coming out next year. There's no way. Oh, you can't even see Knock at the Cabin. Hunger Games. Oh, the prequel or whatever. Haunted Mansion, Meg 2. I would probably say, yeah, Dune is not on this list. Dune would probably be my number one, but if I had to pick one of these, I'd probably pick Indiana Jones 5 and the Dial of Destiny. But I want to see John Wick 4. I want to see Oppenheimer. I want to see Quantumania. I didn't even mention that. I want to see Flash. I want to see Dead Reckoning Part 1. I want to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. Kraven the Hunter could be good. Barbie could be really, really fun. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. This, I don't even know what this is. It looks, I mean, that sounds awesome. And Knock at the Cabin. You seen the trailer for Knock at the Cabin? Holy crap. That looks cool. So who knows, man? Dune for sure, though, I think, for me. Avatar 3 is coming out. I don't know when that's coming out. I honestly don't know how Stars is still a thing. I don't know how anyone who subs to them, all their ads are just full of comments of people making fun of them. There has only been one show that was on Stars that I wanted to watch, and then I completely forgot about it, and I can't remember now what it is. So there's that. Talking about games earlier, I'm actually playing Legend of Dragoon on my Steam Deck right now. You son of a... Oh, and that's one of the things too, is that supposedly they're giving away a Steam Deck every minute of the Game Awards on Thursday, which is kind of funny. I don't even know how to enter that. I don't want them to close down, obviously, because people would lose jobs, but I want them to make some content that people want to watch. Yeah. Fast 10, John Wick 4, Megan, Fast 10. Wile E. Coyote suing Acme for false advertising. I don't know, but I don't know. That sounds interesting. Dungeons and Dragons, that will probably suck. You know what's funny is I actually had that on my list of trailers that got released. Oops, not that. It's that. I gotta say, this is hovering right on that edge for me. It wasn't a trailer. It was more of like a behind the scenes type thing. It was only like 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. But I have to say, this is hovering right on that edge where it could be really fun or it could be really bad. Like really bad. Like really, really bad. But it could be really fun too. And I'm sorry that my fat head is covering up Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Williams is not in this movie. So yeah. Yeah. And the only other news that we got this week, other than the Dungeons and Dragons thing, was that The Mandalorian Season 3 is coming out on March 1st. March is going to be a busy month. There's a lot happening in March. You know? A lot happening in March. But I want to see, man, there's so, like, I'm just still looking at these movies. There's so many, I want to see a lot of these. I don't really care about Transformers. I'm sorry, I don't. This looks creepy as hell, Megan. I didn't even know they were making an Exorcist movie. I guess it's a remake. Yeah. Yeah. There's some good ones on there. Yeah, Meg 2, yes. Oppenheimer and Einstein discussed the bomb on the lake in my city. Yeah, I've read some stuff about Oppenheimer, and it was pretty interesting, but it was also a long time ago. So, and it's Christopher Nolan, man. And it's like important for me because it's like it's Christopher Nolan and it's his first movie away from Warner Brothers over at Universal. I want to see what it's all about. Avatar 3 should be out soon, next week or two. No, Avatar 2, yes. I'm definitely going to probably going to watch the awards. It depends on what's going on. I'll always love stars for bringing me Party Down. Don't even know what that is. For sure, theater watchers next year for me will be Barbie, Megan, Dungeons & Dragons, and hopefully Black Clover movie if it releases, but it probably won't be. Ever played D&D? I used to as a teenager. I never did. I did have friends that played, but I never got into it. But I know more about it secondhand than most people. You know what I mean? Than most people, you know. I'm right in the middle, I guess. I played some different things that were very much like D&D, but yeah. Unironically like the Warcraft movie. I unironically don't like that movie. Only get to play a few, like once every few months. Well, Carbonite, I mean, there's got to be a way that you guys can do it, like maybe through Zoom or something. You know, that'd be cool to see people doing that. Did you see about the different crossovers that may happen with John Wick? One with Atomic Blonde, another with Sophia, and another with someone called Nobody. No, but they are doing that ballerina thing, right? With Ana de Armas. And Keanu and Angelica Houston. And oh my gosh, the guy that plays the guy at the front desk. He was in Fringe. He was the, oh God, what's his name? Anyway, they're all going to be in it. So, I liked Atomic Blonde. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, ballerina. Information theory, computers, the internet also started in my city. Claude Shannon graduated school here. Black Clover probably won't be in my area is what the message was. Oh, is it kind of a smaller release, I guess? And then Jinzu Games. I saw you earlier and I forgot to say hello, but hello. Welcome. I think the online thing could be really cool. Have I seen Atomic Blonde on 4K? Looks pretty darn good. Now, the only way that I watched it, I think I watched it on Netflix or one of the streaming services, so it wasn't in, you know, and I didn't, look, I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed the movie. I don't need to say it again. It's not one of those movies. Even the John Wick movies are not movies that I can watch over and over. They're just not. But yeah, y'all should totally get together. I think that'd be cool. Entire like final 20 or 30 minutes are just freaking awesome nonstop on Atomic Blonde. Yeah, and that's the weird thing too, is that like even with Alita Battle Angel, I've only seen that one once. And part of it is because I've been waiting to watch it again in 4K with April. Because April hadn't seen it. She said, oh, I want to see that. And we never got around to seeing it. So, best and worst 4K quality movies. I haven't watched enough yet to really tell. But I'll tell you, even it's really hard. You know? I don't watch or I don't buy a lot of discs that I hear have problems. Like I've heard that the Lord of the Rings 4K discs had problems, so I didn't buy them. I heard that the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles 4K has problems, and the original Predator disc 4K had problems. I think Terminator 2 is a bad one. Yeah. I've heard about that. Yeah, they messed up the transfer on that for sure. I'll tell you this, though. Top Gun looks amazing. Even my Blu-ray movies Like, these martial arts movies look insanely good. And I know there's one of them that I'd seen before. I can't remember which one I was thinking of. But I've seen it before on like DVD quality, and seeing this, it was like, wait, this isn't 4K, is it? Because it looks really, really good. The depth is amazing. And I think part of it too is that, you know, as technology has gotten better since the last generation that I had, even the upconversion process has gotten better. So it's badass. Even Blu-ray movies look badass. So, getting a new TV next month. Any recommendations? Wraith, I will tell you this. I did a lot of research, and I was really, my main goal was to get an OLED, because OLED has the best black levels, contrast, all that kind of stuff. I looked at LG, I looked at Samsung, I looked at Sony, and those three are kind of usually like up on the top. Samsung is HDR10 plus. It's their HDR standard. Sony and LG are Dolby Vision. And since my Apple TV is Dolby Vision, it made sense for me to buy either LG or a Sony. If you don't have anything that uses one of those standards, like, you know, like, then you can really go with whichever one gets you the best deal and all that stuff. I think Samsung's are really good. I hate the fact that Dolby Vision seemed to be the one that everybody was adopting, and Samsung was over here going, no, we're not going to pay the whatever. But now even the Apple TV the new Apple TVs have both Dolby Vision and whatever. So it wouldn't have mattered, basically, for me. I could have bought any of them. The other thing that I like about the LGs is that each input is 4K 120 hertz. Sony limits you to 2 of those, and then 2 of them are 4K 60 hertz. So there's a lot of weird things there that I was like, why are you limiting that? And I had the same issue when I was on my old Sony TV that now my dad has. That only one of them had 4K 60. All the other ones were 4K 30 or whatever. So I had to get a switch box so I could see the best possible quality that my TV would give me for my Xbox and my PS5. So it's one of those things that Sony irritated me. So yeah. That's the way I look at it. That's probably a lot more information than you need. Dolby Vision or the HDR10. I like Dolby Vision a lot, but again, I never had HDR10. I had HDR10 available on my Sony TV, but I never really got to take advantage of it. Dolby Vision was always like pretty awesome. But it looks even, I mean, now on this LG OLED that I got, the C2, it's awesome. And the C2 was on sale there for a while. So you might have missed out on the sales. You might want to wait a little bit until maybe, I don't know. I don't know when TVs usually go on sale, but we happened to get it when it was on sale. There you go. Best 4K was probably Zootopia. I think 4K on animated films works the best. Live action would be King Arthur, I think. I think Top Gun Maverick probably beats just about anything right now. That movie looked... I can't imagine any movie looking better than that, to be honest. Anybody forget to like niche streams like this? Really need your help. Hey, thank you, Rufus. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. My Total Recall 4K Blu-ray skips every time he drills them through the machine toward the end. Far Cry 6 looked gorgeous in Dolby Vision. You should have your old man on and talk about movies important to the two of you. Yeah, my dad isn't a movie guy. My mom was the movie person. And unfortunately, she passed away last November. But she was the person that was really into movies, and she lived in Mississippi. Probably wouldn't have been able to have a conversation on Zoom with her. You know what I mean? It was hard enough just doing like Facebook Messenger. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was the movie geek. But what's weird is that my aunt on my dad's side is very into, my Aunt Carol. She's very into movies, the older movies. She's the one that got me to watch older movies and got me to realize that, hey, black and white movies are kind of awesome. So, Tax Time will most likely be the next sale. Yeah. Blade Runner looks gorgeous in 4K. Yeah. I've got the set coming, which I'm very excited about. From Zavi, did a special edition set. Comes out December 12th. So yeah. AJ the dog, male 1606. How's it going? Welcome. I need to get Top Gun Maverick on 4K, the first one on 4K. Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. It really is awesome. I'm sorry for your loss. Mine's been gone just over a decade now. Not easy. Yeah, Rufus, it's a weird thing for me because, and I don't want to go too much into this because, you know, it's a fun stream, man. But my mom was, we weren't super close. But there were things that we really clicked on certain things, right? We really clicked on movies. And so, for me, movies was always something that she took me to see Raiders, like opening week. Okay. So what was that? I think I was 5, 6. Movie kind of messed me up, Raiders, but it's also one of my favorites. You know what I mean? But what's weird is, you know, when I decided I wanted to quit my job, I talked to April about it. You know, of course she's like, okay, you're crazy. I need to go think for a while. And while she was thinking, I called my mom and my dad to see what they thought of it, of the idea. You know? And both of them said, you were built for this. And if you can afford to do it, you need to do it. So it was one of those things where it was really important, you know, she was so excited. She was so excited for the movie. And unfortunately, she passed away before it was finished. The good thing was that the last couple of times I was there, I was able to show her a lot of stuff from the movie because, I mean, I have like tons and tons of stuff on my phone. So I was able to show her a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I showed her a couple of finished scenes. So that was really, really cool. And then it meant a lot to me in January when we had the premiere. My sister came. And so my sister and her husband, the ones that took me to see Predator, they were in the audience to see the premiere, and that was really cool. That was really, really cool. But what's weird though is that we would go sometimes months. Seriously, sometimes months without talking. But then over a period of time, it became less like a mother-son relationship and more of like friends. You're catching up with friends, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was I looked forward to talking with her. And unfortunately, there were so many, it's one of those things where you regret things, you know, like, oh man, I should have said this. I never really got a chance to talk about this. The thing that I'm really happy about is that toward the end, I got to go out there a few times. There were periods, especially over when I was on Twitch, you know, I wouldn't stream for a week or whatever because I was out in Mississippi. And we just got to sit there and talk, and we got to sit there and watch movies together. And I mean, she told me some things that were like, okay, I didn't know that. That was nuts. So, I mean, it was really cool that we got to really spend a lot of time together, you know, toward the end. Unfortunately, it was toward the end, you know what I mean? You know, you never really think that I mean, you know in the back of your mind, yeah. Oh, seriously, get out of here while I'm trying to talk about my mom. Ass. I'm just gonna do all the things, report and all that stuff. There we go. But yeah, it was just really cool that we got to spend so much time together, and I was there. My sister and I were there at the end. And unfortunately, she had liver problems. So she deteriorated pretty quickly. So unfortunately, she wasn't able to talk when we were there. But we were there at the end, and it was cool it makes me feel really good that we were there and able to, at least interact with her. So anyway, it's a weird thing because I think more about her now than I have than ever, like since I was a kid. You know what I mean? It's such a weird thing. It's the grieving process is very interesting. And it's weird a lot of times I detach myself from, because here's the thing. I'm a crier. You know what I mean? I can cry, any movie, TV show, commercial. Seriously, commercials have made me cry before. Just saying. I'm a crier. With her, it didn't really hit me. Of course, it was very emotional and all that, but man, it hit me on the way home, and that's what the weird thing about that whole situation is, that going home, knowing that I wouldn't have to go back out there, is where it really kind of hit me. And I'm like, I'm never gonna have to make this drive again. That's weird. And then it just like really hit me. And thankfully, my wife was driving. But I don't know, man. I'm just happy that we were able to be as close as we were at the end. You know what I mean? So, and I was always closer with my dad, and my dad and we talk, multiple times per week now, and not just because of, my mom passing, but we were just always closer. My mom was a very strange lady. I don't know what else I can really say other than there were times when I wasn't sure what was true and what wasn't. But I just feel like in a lot of ways we're very alike. I mean that makes sense, right? I mean, you're very much like your parents, right? Sometimes. But it's the one thing that I've tried to not. Wow. Your timing is awesome. If you're actually here, your timing's awesome. Me sitting here talking about my mom, and I get to hide and delete messages. Awesome. The one thing that I've tried to shed, I guess, from my mom is that she could be very selfish sometimes, and that's one of those things where I try to be a little more open about it. I keep going to block the sex bots. Totally not a mod here. Hey, it's okay. We got it. And I also don't want everybody to feel like they have to. But yeah, it's, in a way, I owe a lot of my love for movies to her, more the blockbusters than anything. And then my aunt is where I get my love for the older movies. And because I love some older movies, you know what I mean? There's some really good ones. Like I said, I watched The Uninvited. It was one of the first movies that my aunt showed to me. And when it came out on Criterion, I called her up and was like, hey, I don't know if you even have a DVD player or a Blu-ray player, but The Uninvited's coming out, and she went and bought it. So it was just one of those things that, you know, I love that stuff. The weird thing about movies for me is that I remember specific places. Like my aunt would take us to go see, like the old Disney movies, in the theater in Grand Prairie where we grew up. And she would take us there. But then she would also take us to like the big blockbuster movies during the summer because my aunt, she had 2 kids, my cousins, and I would go and stay with them, so that my mom and dad could go to work. My sister was too old. So yeah, it's, again, a lot of that love of movies comes from, I would say, the 2 of them, these 2 women in my life. And yeah, it's just weird how now I think about my mom from time to time without even that's weird. Mom popped in my head again. It's just a weird thing. But yeah. Anyway, gosh, I probably talked too long about that. So sorry about that. Did I look into those KW Jeter Blade Runner sequels? I have them on my list. I have not looked at them other than seeing them and going, okay, yeah, that's on my list. Got a lot of things in front of it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Do I play any online multiplayer games? No, not really. I haven't really at all in like a long time. But yeah. Yeah, me and my mom butted heads too. We had some things like movies and music, but she didn't get me. Life's easier without her most times, but when it's harder, man, is it harder. Yeah, for me, it's such a weird thing because she was almost since like high school. She was kind of a spectator. You know what I mean? Wasn't much of a mom in a lot of those cases. Now, she was much closer to my sister, and it hit my sister a lot harder. But and I've been trying to, from time to time, and this is the thing. I'm terrible at this. I'm terrible at getting in touch with my, family and just saying, you know what, I'm just thinking about you. Just checking in. How are you? Terrible at that. Which is part of that selfishness that I try to shed and try to, get out of my own head sometimes, But yeah. I didn't know this. Sorry for your loss. Hey, man, thank you. I mean, it's, again, that week was hard, but then I came to grips with it, and it's almost like you section it off in a way. And grief is really funny in that every now and then when you least expect it, it just kind of knocks on your door and says, "You ready for a cry?" And you're just like, okay, like that was out of nowhere. And then you'll cry and you'll feel better afterward. It's a weird thing. And the thing is, grief is no stranger to me because, again, going through all of this, the health stuff that I went through, grieving the life that I used to have, back when I was 250 pounds, grieving the life that I have when I, did all the martial arts stuff and was like, got into it, lost all that weight. And it's like, okay, I can't have that for a long time, if ever. Grieving that path that didn't get taken. I mean, the worst part about going through anything traumatic is the mental side. I think most people will tell you that. I mean, yeah, the physical stuff it sucks. Okay. Going through surgeries and going through chemo. I mean, not chemo. I never went through chemo, but going through the physical therapy, constant setbacks and things like that, all of that sucks. But a lot of it is in your head. And that's what the hard part is. And you start to realize that, yeah, the reason this sucks so bad is because you're grieving the life that you could have had and you'll never have. So this is the new normal. And grief is a lot like that. So grieving with her, this is going to sound, I don't know, mean or whatever, but grieving her is easier than grieving my body. You know what I mean? That was tough. Knowing that, okay, That's something I'll probably never be able to do. And of course, they kept telling me I can't walk. I'm never going to walk again. Then they said you're never going to go to work again. And then okay, you're doing those things. Okay, well you'll never. And I'm like, just quit putting limits on what I'm going to be able to do. Okay, because that's not. Let's not do that. Let's see what I can do. And so I've already destroyed all of that stuff. Yeah, I went back to work. I'm walking again. I'm driving again. I mean, they were saying that those things couldn't happen. So it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. How it's still easier for me to grieve my mom and not compartmentalize it, but to understand it and to realize it when it's happening, deal with it, and then move on. I still have days when I get irritated because the path that my life was on was completely stolen from me. And there's 3 years of my life I'll never get back, you know? That's tougher for me. But the difference is, if I didn't go through that, that's the weird thing. You have to keep playing those mind games with yourself. If I hadn't gone through that, Billy might not have called me, and I might not have been in the position to be able to quit my job to go do the movie, which has now put me on this path where I'm streaming now. It's such a weird thing, you know? So it's like, you know, people wonder why it's like, or maybe people don't wonder, I don't know. But I can't be that negative anymore. It's hard to be like super negative about stuff because I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it. And going through what I went through, which was really, really bad. It's like I've had enough bad in my life. I don't need to invent bad. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, you know, like, let's be honest, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that pretend that things are worse than they are. And they get so all bent out of shape, and I'm like, I can't do that. It's not me. So, you know the story with how my dad is. I love him, but still, but just don't like it. The flaws. That's how it goes. That is with a friend too, I guess. Yeah. And AJ, I know the pain that you're talking about, man. Sorry, I'm way behind on the stuff here. Sorry. Bro, you got me crying too much, too close to my own story. Rufus, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make anybody cry. I'm just, you know. Beautiful story. You have some rad memories and dope closure. Love it. Thanks. I try to spend as much time with the parents as possible, despite my dad being the way he is. I still want to spend the time with him and my mom. Yeah. Because that's the thing. There will come that time, you know? We're just... Yeah, it's going to happen. And the thing is it doesn't change. It's not just your family. It's your friends too. You know, your friends... I mean... I had not too long ago, I wouldn't say a close friend. He was definitely in our group, but he wasn't like a super close friend, but he died. And when that happened, it was a wake up call. This was before I went through all my stuff. I think. I can't remember. It's weird, man. When something like that, something that traumatic where, you know, you're basically in the hospital for 3 weeks, all that stuff, your life changes. And it's hard to remember when things happened. But anyway. Nah. Excuse me. Usually I'm on channels in my little circle. Billy sent me here. So glad he did. Rob is my homie. He just doesn't know it yet. Rufus, you're welcome anytime, man. And yeah, it's really cool. Thank you. I know you're older than Billy and Jay, but did you go to the same school and that game shop Jar? Billy and I went to the same school, and yes, I did go to the Jar store. In fact, on one of my Twitch streams, this is back when I was on Twitch, I got out all of my games and stuff, all my old toys and all that stuff. We were kind of going through them. And one of my Super Nintendo games, I think it's Sim City, has Jar Nintendo with the phone number on the back, which is kind of cool, which was after the movie. So it was like, wow, that's so freaking cool. Anyway. Reminds me of when I was diagnosed with my heart condition. Yeah. I was 13. I wasn't able to get into any sports I was planning to. And that's one of those weird things. the one thing that's really kind of shaken me is when I see uh stuff about like St. Jude's and stuff like that. Kids that never got the chance to be. I mean, think about this. I mean, this is going to sound stupid, but think about this. Some of those kids in St. Jude's, they'll never get the chance to go be an asshole. You know what I mean? Like to be in high school and to be an ass and act like an ass and rebel against your parents. All of those things. They won't even get a chance at that. And that's one of those things that really hit me. And it also made me realize that as bad as I got it, and I mean, seriously, having stuff come out the front of my body, okay? I had holes in my gut, all right? Even with that, I'm sitting there going, man, I got it easy. I got it easy. Look at all these people. It's like as bad as it ever got, it never felt that bad. And then I have days where I'm super down on myself. I'm down on the world. I'm down on my wife. I'm down on my dad. Whoever's around, I'm railing against them. I'm railing against the world. I'm rebelling against this, how dare the universe, act against me like this? What did I do to deserve this? And then I have my days when I'm like, dude, this is nothing compared to what some of these people deal with. You know what I mean? So, again, there you go. Wraith, negativity is a stain on your soul. Once you start to realize how bad things can get, and you look around and you go, what the hell is everybody complaining about? Jeez. And everybody was worried about me during COVID. I'm like, oh man, you're going to have to stay home. I'm like, I got this, okay? I had 3 years where I basically was home almost all the time. I got this. I spent 17 months in this house on IV, which you can still see the scar there, and not eating food. All I could eat was like 2 ounces of mashed potato every day. That's it. That's it. So yeah, bring it. I got this. And then what else happens is that doctor, you'll never work again, Rob. Yes. A few months later, Rob finds out he actually is able to work again. Dang it. No, it really wasn't like that. I mean, I know you're kidding, but it was like there was no choice. The never give up part of my mantra or whatever, just do the thing, comes from that. It comes from this idea that you can't do this. Who says? You? Who the hell are you? No, I'm going to get up out of this damn bed and do laps in the freaking hallways. I'm doing this. Maybe you need to calm down. They actually told me, some of them were like, you might need to calm down. I'm like, nah, just one more lap. And it was just one of those things where it was like, the sooner I can get out of here, the sooner I can get back to work. I got things to do. And part of it is, again, it was the martial arts crap, right? I say crap, but learning not just physically what my body at the time was capable of. This is before all the shit happened and before I had all the surgeries and all that. Reading Bruce Lee and reading about, some of his ideals. And it was just like, it's so weird. It was like I was in training to go through what I went through, because then when it came down to it, it was like, okay, well, I can either die sitting in this bed or I can get up and do the thing. Do whatever. Let's do it. And so, yeah, I did. And then they kept going. They first said, yeah, you'll never be able to, first they said you'll never be able to walk again. Then they, okay, well, okay, you're walking. Okay, you'll probably never be able to drive again. Then started driving. I'm like, oh, okay, you'll probably never be able to go back to work again. And went back to work. They're like, okay, okay, well, yeah. And it's just, it's one of those things where you just go, no, I can't give up. There's things I have to do. And it's such a weird thing that I was watching, like in the hospital, all I could watch was something like I couldn't watch movies, but the movies that I would watch clips of movies, because what happens is you're going through so much crap mentally, and also, you're so, I was under a lot, I was on a lot of medication. Okay. A lot of medication. And what happens is you'll just fall asleep. And so you'll miss what's going on, and the worst thing about watching a movie is falling asleep and then having to I got to back it up and figure out where I was and all that. Nah, screw that. So I was watching just shit on TV, but I'd watch clips, and I watched stuff from, I watched a lot of clips from Star Wars, a lot of Yoda, do or do not. There's no try. I mean, I know it sounds silly. It sounds stupid, but that's the kind of stuff that got me going. And then, all the crap that was going on, all the negative, the bad stuff that was going on, with the hospital and the doctors and things like that. My parent, my dad would be talking about it with somebody or whatever. And I said, okay, guys, in this room, I need positivity. You guys are looking back at what happened. I can't think about that. It's not even a thing anymore. I got to look at the now and what's moving forward. Okay? That's what I got to do. So we're moving forward. So if you're not going to be talking positivity, just go out in the hallway and talk about it there, because I don't want to hear that stuff. So it was just a weird thing, and positivity became kind of a thing where I just was like, yeah, it's wow. Yeah. So yeah, do the thing. We totally should have a do the thing shirt. Totally. And I'm talking way too long. Had to stop getting mad at video games too. Had to keep my blood pressure down after that. And no more raging at Call of Duty. Yeah. Always positive 24/7, so I refuse to let anything get me down anymore, and that actually drives people away. It does. It's weird. It's almost like, and the weird thing too is that I kept thinking, why would anyone want to watch me being positive about everything? It's not very trendy, is it? Clickbaity, negativity and all that stuff. And it's why I don't abide that stuff. I don't like watching it. I don't like talking about it. Like when people start talking about, oh, Lucasfilm is doing this and Disney's doing that. I'm like, okay, you're just being negative about it. What's past is past. Let's think about what they can do moving forward. That's what's interesting to me. Yeah, Rise of Skywalker, man, oof. But there's a lot of good things maybe coming. So I don't know. Thinking of hospitals, anybody heard from that crazy Greek? Yes, that's a good point. No, I haven't. Somebody let's hit him up on Discord. Because, so yeah. Man, that guy's been under it too. I always remind myself there's always someone that has it worse. Got to count your blessings. Well, yeah. And what's funny is that there's one guy or one person out there that can't do that. I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing, but there's one person that's like, okay, I've got it the worst on the planet. Wow. How much does that suck? I volunteer and work with cancer patients. I've learned so much from them. Wraith, wow. Wow, man. Respect on that. Appreciate that. Under the Bridge example of Game Changer is actually the perfect example of somebody has it worse. Even Dodongo at the end of the episode said you got to remind yourself that. Yeah, and I mean, but at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of things that, man, it's such a hard thing, How did we get to talking about all this? Talking about my mom. Crazy Greek posted on Discord on November 29th, so not long ago. Yeah, but Carbonite, Wraith, you guys know, we haven't had the best luck in our communities. So, yeah. And of course, Discord has to update 1,000 things, so I can't even open it right now. But guys, I hope I wasn't, God, that ended like really, like, I hope it ended with a good thing. Like, I hope, wow. I feel like I brought everybody down. I didn't want that. Look, let's be positive, I guess, you know, let's remember our past, but let's not dwell on it. Let's do the thing, you know? So anyway, look, I've got an interesting video planned for Thursday. So play Christmas Robotica to lighten the mood. Or you know what we could do? We could play Santa Pez. We could play Santa Pez. Everybody loves Santa Pez, don't they? Let me see if I can find it. Where is it at? Santa Pez. Come on, man. Isn't it in my... Oh, okay. None of these. Oh, I know why. Okay. Okay, you guys won't be able to see it. Oh, wait, I could just bring up the thing. Hold on a second, guys. History? No. Yes. Maybe. What? Or no, is it saved? Is it oh, it's saved on my phone, I think. On my YouTube on my phone. Downloads. All right, let's just do this. I'll just do this. Close that. Open this. Crap. Since I closed it, it's not going to show up. Or maybe it will. Let's see. Does this show up? No. I mean, it does, but it's showing the wrong thing. So I'll have to do this. This. Oh, it's going to be worth it. Trust me. It's going to be worth it, man. It's going to be worth it. All right. Crap. I closed it. Yes. You guys need some Santa Pez in here. Okay? You ready?
You better watch out, 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 you better watch out. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out.
I love it. It's so bad, okay? It's really bad, but it makes me laugh. So, hey, yeah. Anyway, look, you guys have a great time, or great week and all that stuff. I've got a really trauma. Sorry, Rufus. Sorry. And you're welcome, Rufus. Trust me. Thank you for being here. You know, that's what this is all about, right? It's so much fun. It reminds me of Scat, aka Bonobo Juice. Yes. Yeah, it's awesome. And he's only got 525 subscribers, which is ridiculous. But that video has 723,000 views. So, there you go. Yeah, I hope you guys had a great time. I'm sorry I got so deep or sad at the end. I wasn't meaning that. I was just trying to share a story, and then it got really long, and I apologize. But I hope you guys have a great week. Like I said, a really fun video on Thursday. it's going to be kind of an editorial. I'll just say that. Less of a review and more of an editorial. It's going to be interesting. So I hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you on the next one. All right. So bye and stuff.